Look at it, man. Check it, check it. Sifra Homer. Blessed be the Shem God, King of the universe, who sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us concerning the counting of the Omer. Today is 33 days, which is 4 weeks and 5 days of the Omer. May the merciful one restore unto us the services of the Beit HaMikdash to its place speedily in our days. Amen. So,
as if nothing happened in the middle of all that. So not to we do the same mistake when it comes to the Zohar or the Kabbalah. We pretend that the Zohar got written, and then Isaac Luria came, and everything was done. And the Kabbalah has not changed since then, and the Kabbalah was not there before that, right? And not, that story is just incorrect. What's really important to know is that the appearance of the Zohar beginning in 1790 and through the early 14th century, it didn't make huge waves. It wasn't a big deal. Many people did not buy into it. It wasn't widely disseminated, and many people didn't know about it. It slowly, so it began to percolate in Europe, and then eventually in Italy, and the Morocco, of course, as well. What's important to know is that it just didn't make a thing. It wasn't a big splash at first. It was mostly the purview of a very tiny group of people who did not make it public. And can you blame them? He's talked about all kinds of weird stuff in the Zohar teaching. Do you want to be the guy who gets the first couple pages of Zohar and goes to your local rabbi and tells him that you believe this? No. You're going to sound like a crazy person. The Zohar sounds crazy now. Do you really want to be the person to go and be like, yeah, mountaintop, let's talk about Zohar in 1310 in a village in Germany? You're like, you mean that we have to get married to God? What are you talking about? They're going to think you're a crazy heretic. So what ends up happening is the Zohar is kind of parks out of sections and sent all around. People are carrying chunks of it. No one really going to publicize it. People are still playing their cards really close to their chest. Because again, this is a pretty dangerous time to be Jewish. This is a pretty dangerous time to be a heretic. You do not want to become a heretic Jew. You don't. That's a destiny in many ways. And so the Zohar and Kabbalah are still being played pretty close to the chest. Also around this time, it's not like the Zohar ended with the Zohar. Now that's a weird thing to say, but what ends up happening is that after the Zohar habit is kind of done, there are Zoharic-like documents that get produced after the Zohar, the most famous of which are the document called the Tikkun Zohar, another is the Rabbi, and these two documents are actually probably produced in the same people that produced the Zohar, but they're not quite the same. But they're so associated with the Zohar that they're kind of Zohar-like. So much so that in the modern version of the Zohar, they're attached to the Zohar. They're kind of like an apocrypha. They're kind of like a Zohar apocrypha. That's maybe not quite true. They're put there. They're not quite the same as the Zohar. Although I will say that in the modern Daniel Matt edition, that's the 12-volume massive Daniel Matt edition that's out now, he does not translate Raya Mahimna. Although Tikkun Zohar and Raya Mahimna in many ways are more popular because they're more coherent than the actual Zohar itself. These are kind of like digests of Zohar material. So we also have the Zohar has a kind of half-life. So we have the main Zohar, and we have the half-life of Zohar. And it sort of continues to exist in a strange way for a couple of decades after it's actually completed as much as it was. We don't even know how it was dissimulated. There's a great book by Boaz that I have back here about it's a study of just what we know about how the Zohar actually got published and how it got disseminated out. And what we now think is that it was never disseminated out in one complete text. It was always parceled out in chunks, and those chunks kind of moved around. And one of the things the early printers had to do with the Zohar was collect all those chunks and then organize them into one text and then print it out. So it was a mess. It was also just a mess of the text, even in terms of its dissemination. One of the texts we do know of, however, that was incredibly popular was a very small section of the Zohar called the Sefer Tzniuta, which is without a doubt the most complicated and bizarre section. It's only about 10 pages of the Zohar written in Aramaic, but it's the most enigmatic section of the entire text. For whatever reason, this is really, really important to people, and that's a text that really traveled far and wide. It's an incredibly difficult to understand section. I've probably read it a dozen times, but I can tell you that even trying to summarize it right now, it fits and starts. So we do know that some sections of Zohar proved very popular early on, and some sections didn't. So it wasn't even like it was received clearly in one kind of way. What we think happened was the Zohar was kind of sent out in digests, and people in various communities found certain parts interesting, certain parts not, and it was kind of spread out like this. In the generation after the publication of the Zohar, we basically have three major things that begin to happen. The first major thing that begins to happen in the aftermath of the publication of the Zohar, which everyone knew was important, everyone realized was an important document, substantial, right? I mean, think about the documents we talked about so far in this class. They're 30, 40 pages long. This is 1,700 pages. This is a monumental text. So regardless of what you thought about it, it was important. It wasn't just a 200-page, 100-page Sefer Mahir. This was a monumental piece of literature. So there were three basic reactions to it that followed in the aftermath. The first of it was, what does this text even mean? Remember, this text isn't even written in standard Hebrew. It's written in an obscure dialect of Aramaic, so obscure that you basically have to learn the dialect of Aramaic just to read it. It's not even in a standard Babylonian Aramaic. It's an idiolect of Palestinian Aramaic. It's a very, very strange language. So just to try to figure out what it meant took about a generation. Secondly, many people did not buy it. They didn't believe it was real. They thought it was a forgery. There were many Jews that thought this document was a forgery, and it's dangerous. It's full of heretical, nonsense ideas, and it's going to get people to become pagans. And so we have, for instance, the very famous story of Isaac of Akko, and he saw parts of the Zohar actually in Palestine, because it reached him in Palestine, and he read it and thought, this is really weird. And in its Bible for Yochanan, I want to understand it for sure. So what did he do? He went all the way to Spain to try to find out where this thing came from. He did the detective work. He traced it. He went all the way back to Spain. He made it to Guadalajara. He made it to Leon. And he made it to Moshe Leon's wife. And Moshe Leon's wife ratted him out. She said he made it up from his own head. It came from his own intelligence. And he, Isaac of Akko, said, you mean to tell me he did not have any ancient manuscripts? And she was like, no, he made it up. Now, what did he make it up? Well, it might mean he was wrong. It might also mean, according to other interpretations, that he had kind of mystical insight. And his mystical insight allowed him to kind of channel the Zohar, the same way that Joseph Smith channeled the Book of Mormon. That's a claim that people have made, right? The Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith never claimed he actually translated from gold plates. Joseph Smith claimed he used stones and looked into a hat and translated it spiritually. Well, maybe just something Moses of Leon did something similar to something. Since there were people actively trying to do investigative work to figure out whether this thing was real, right? Now, what's weird about Isaac of Akko is that eventually, toward the end of his life, he accepted the Zohar as legitimate, despite what Moses of Leon's wife told him. He accepted it as legitimate. Now, legitimate, what does that mean? It's a big question. But he did ultimately come to accept it. But many people did not. The third thing is, once you understood what it's saying, once you can read the damn thing, well, how do you systematize it? What do these Sephiroth mean? How do you understand all these different connections? How do you understand the 10 Sephiroth track the various nations, patriarchs, and these weird relationships, and they have all these complicated things that they're doing? How do you systematize this thing into a way of being Jewish? You can't just let it be a bunch of weird stuff. if it's the case, the Zohar is telling you that the entire purpose of this is the reparation of the world, the redemption of the world, the bringing forth of the Messianic age, you got to figure out how to do it. The only way to figure out how to do it is to systemize the text so that you can understand what's happening. If you need to balance out 10 things, you know what 10 things are. How the 10 things relate. How the mitzvot relate to those 10 things. So you can do the work of mystically aligning. So you're going to need people like encyclopedists. You're going to need people like systematizers. And that will be an entire generation, several generations of people that are going to be doing that work of systematizing. And the first of those great systematizers, right, is people like Abraham Katia. So Abraham Katia is a person living in Spain, here in his name, and he lived roughly right around the same time period from the end of the composition of the Zohar. And his work, the Sha'ar Ora, and there are some folks earlier than him as well that are worth mentioning here, which those folks do. But Joseph Katia is probably either one of the earliest people to receive the Zohar as we have it now, and he may have likely been in the circle of people composing it. But his work, Sha'ar Ora, the Gates of Life, is the earliest attempt to formally systematize the structure of the Sefer. So he's early on, right? So, if you think about this, the Sefer Zohar being written in the 1280s, 1290s, 1270s, you can see he's right in that time, in Spain. So he receives the Zohar, and he's one of the earliest systematizers. And his book, Sha'ar Ora, is one of the earliest attempts to systematize it. And also, this is one of the earliest books ever translated out of Hebrew into Latin to give access of the Kabbalah to Christians. In fact, if you've ever seen this image, that is the frontispiece for the translation by Riccius of Joseph Katia's Sha'ar Ora. You can see it translated here as the Gates of Life, Sha'ar Ora, right? So here we have it in book. There we go. The earliest depiction of the Sphirot. You can see it cut there. Right. So this is a very early depiction of. Right. This is supposed to be Shimon Bar Yochai, right? Holding up the tree of life. So this is an early. And I bet some folks have seen this picture before. We have been following lectures. This is the Riccius translation of the Sha'ar Ora. Slide. Yeah, there we go. So Katia is one of the earliest systematizers, and that's going to be really important because the Zohar is very hard to understand, and systematizing is going to be very important in that process. Another really important early Kabbalistic document is going to be read that is going to be important here. It's going to be Menachem Rekanti's commentary on the Zohar, and Rekanti's commentary on the Zohar is going to be what's going to be part of legitimating the Zohar. Rekanti is one of the great scholars of his time, and he's also going to do the part of sort of transmitting Zoharic ideas in Italy. Right? So we have an Italian learning Kabbalah, translating some of those ideas into Italy, and it's going to be a big part of that. Once they get to Italy, they can spread it everywhere, because Italy obviously is the hub of the world, and so they can get anywhere in the world at that one city to Italy. Also, things are making their way over to Morocco, which is also very important. Morocco is going to be an incredibly important spot for the development of Kabbalah, and we're just in the infancy of figuring out how that worked, how things got to Morocco. There was a huge Jewish community in Fez, and there was until the 20th century, basically. And so Moroccan Kabbalah is going to be its own branch of Kabbalah. It's one of the things I would love to see an entire book about, is just the movement of Kabbalah to Morocco and the development of Moroccan Kabbalah, which is in many ways like many Kabbalah distinct from Kabbalah. But the studies on that stuff is very primitive right now. Very primitive. And you can imagine why. The archives are very difficult to access. You have to be able to read many manuscripts in 4 languages. So you basically have to be trained to do that job. And not many people are. So this is one of the spots that future scholarship is going to make us a lot more wise. Also, by the way, it's also going to decentralize Europe in a lot of ways, because so much of what's going to happen is going to be in Morocco, Iran. We talk so much about Europe, but let me be very clear about this. European Kabbalah is one part of the story, and the reason why we know that part of the story so well is because a lot of Europeans have done that work so far. Do not be fooled that Kabbalah is a European-centered phenomenon. Do not let that be fooled. We just don't know about the rest. We haven't done the work yet. We don't have the work yet, or we haven't prioritized it. What's also important to know about the development of Kabbalah and what, again, I call the interregnum, the period between the writing of the composition of the Zohar and the rise of Lurianic Kabbalah, is that there were other Kabbalahs around. It wasn't like the Zohar was going to win. The Zohar was one weird document that was out there. People were interested in it, but it wasn't like it was going to be the only thing. At the same time, the Zohar, the version of the Kabbalah that's dominated by the Zohar, what we sometimes call Theosophical Kabbalah, there was another intellectual form of Kabbalah that developed. And this intellectual form of Kabbalah actually was much closer to philosophy. Remember that the Zohar has a very kind of don't like philosophy kind of bent, a little bit. There were other forms of Kabbalah that were developing. Remember, Kabbalah was developing in Spain, France, and other places. And there was another form of Kabbalah that's much more cozy with philosophy. In fact, they want to combine Maimonidean philosophy, Neoplatonic philosophy, the Sefer Yetzirah. They want to combine all what's great about philosophy, all what's great about Kabbalah into one system. They don't want to kick Kabbalah. They don't want to kick philosophy to the road. They don't want to kick rationalism to the road. They want to actually blend them together. And so there are forms of Kabbalah that begin to develop, like I said, in Morocco and also in Spain, that are much more cozy with rationalism, with intellect, with Maimonides even. And these forms of intellectual Kabbalah are completely distinct from what's going on in the realm of the Zohar. Now, you don't hear a lot about these because they lost. The Zohar is going to win, right? Lurie is going to win. But these other forms of Kabbalah are just as legitimate, just as worth studying. Now, what ends up happening in these forms of Kabbalah is that the Sphira are there, right? These forms of Kabbalah accept the Sefer Yetzirah. They accept the ego circle at some level. They said they accept the Sphira are real, they're just not parts of God. They're parts of our intellect. They're the parts of God that actually are part of our intellect, that are the image of God inside of us. And so they're not metaphysical objects that are worthy of speculation out there, right? The ladder is not from me to up there. The ladder is from in here to God. The ladder is in here. It's in the intellect. And you climb it in here, in your mind, in the intellect, not ontologically out there. It's all in here. Go in, not up. In this form of Kabbalah, intellect is central. And what you do is that you go inside of your mind, and through a process of meditation, through a process of breathing techniques, through a process of writing out words and meditating on language, you begin to clear the mind. And as you begin to clear the mind of the nonsense, you begin to uncover the reality of God. And then you begin to climb up the Sphirot in your mind by uncovering the structures of the mind, pure mind. And that pure mind is an imprint on you from God. And by climbing up the ladder of the intellect, your intellect becomes united with God. Notice this is a very different way of doing Kabbalah. It has everything to do with meditation. It has everything to do with contemplation, as opposed to following Jewish law. Now, you can't not follow Jewish law too. That's important, but this is a very different kind. The apex of this form of Kabbalah we often call ecstatic Kabbalah. Ecstasis means to go out of yourself. We'll see what this means in a second. Or we call it prophetic Kabbalah. And the most important example of this is, of course, Abraham Abalafi. Right? Abraham Abalafi, another Spain. Right? Born in Spain. Again, this is a thing that any Ashkenazi person should be very thankful for, all the kind Sfardim given us Kabbalah. Abraham Abalafi was born around 1240, died around 1291, so born right around the time of the rise, contemporary with the rise of the Zohar. But from his writings, you can't tell that he knows anything about it. He existed right around the time it was being written, but there's no evidence of anything basically. He roamed around a whole lot. Abraham Avalafia roamed around. Just to look at his travel log would make anyone jealous these days when this is locked down. He'd love to be able to travel around like Avalafia. In fact, he traveled as far as Iraq and Iran, and he's trying to find a mystical river called the Sabbation. There's an idea that there's a mystical river called the Sabbation beyond which the 10 lost tribes of Israel gathered. And if you can find the river and bring them across, and you can begin the process of redeeming the world and bringing the Messiah. Very early on, Avalafia had messianic schemes, I might call them, but the world was cast into chaos. Look at the time period, right, 1240 to 1290, look at the high point of the Crusades, and so that wasn't a good time to be in that region. And so eventually he turns back. Avalafia, aside from the Bible in many ways, and the Talmud had one text that he felt was very dear to him, and that was Maimonides' Guide to the West. Now, most of us do not associate mysticism with Maimonides. Most of us do not associate mysticism with the Guide to the West. In fact, if you ask most people what is the most mystical text in the history of Judaism, they're going to tell you it's the Guide to the West. Avalafia would tell you the truth. So around the age of 31, he returns to Spain after traveling around a long time, and he begins to have these what he calls prophetic or ecstatic experiences. And this was brought on by some degree of mixing magical techniques that he probably adopted from the world of the Ashkenazic pietists, Ashkenaz, and also some techniques that he's being developing from the Sefer Yetzirah. And what he ends up developing is a very complex system of breathing techniques, of letter combination techniques, of meditation techniques, and even body techniques. And many of these we think are being picked up from Sufism. Again, we're talking about traveling in the Islamic world, and he's probably picking up some Sufi techniques. If you've ever seen the world of dervishes, people like them who enter into trances by body breathing and spinning techniques, it seems very likely that Avalafia is picking up some of those kinds of techniques as well. And what ends up happening is Avalafia develops a prophetic form of Kabbalah. Now, this prophetic form of Kabbalah, which we have about a half a dozen books he's written, the third least of which is texts of Sefer HaYashar, right? And these mystical insights that he gets, we'll talk more about how he achieves them in just a minute, but these mystical insights that he gets eventually convince him that he is, the Messiah. Which is always, as you probably know from Jewish history, the most dangerous thing you can believe you can be. If you want to get yourself killed, start believing you're the Messiah, and you'll be dead in no time. So he believes he's the Messiah, and of course what he does is he does what any rational person does. He goes to Rome to tell the Pope that he's going to convert him to Judaism and begin the process of the redemption of the world. Well, the Pope basically orders him to be arrested and killed, and Avalafia's great luck is that the Pope dies. He has a stroke or something. He dies. And Avalafia is, I think, briefly arrested by the Dominicans or some such, and he's released. I don't know how he got that lucky, but, this happens, by the way, to several people in history who challenge the Pope to this and that, whatever, and killed, the Pope dies. And I hope anyone dies, much less the Pope, but I'm glad that Avalafia did not get to show down the Pope. The curse of the academic. The Pope died. And Avalafia lived. Good job, Avalafia. He spent the rest of his career basically traveling around writing books, lecturing on the Guide to the Perplexed, and basically saying that he was the Messiah. And eventually, toward the end of his life, some pretty important Jewish folk in the area of Sicily ultimately had him condemned by another Kabbalist, right? Shlomo ben Nedra, who was a pretty famous Kabbalist at the time. He was friendly with Kabbalah, and he had him basically exiled and disappears from history in about 1291. So, what's happened with Avalafia vanishes? We don't know what happened to him. He died or disappeared or become occulted. He'll come back later and save us all. I don't know. Avalafia produced enormous amounts of works, prophetic works, commentaries critical edition of Maimonides' works is still something we need. It's still not there yet. And so Maimonides is one of these critically important mystics that we just don't have a complete works for in Hebrew, even in English, which is a disaster, I think, in a lot of ways. But maybe one day in our lifetime we'll have it. What makes Avalokita's work so important is that not only does he do philosophical speculation, he tells you how to do these techniques. He tells you the breathing techniques. He tells you the letter techniques. He tells you how to do the combinations. He tells you they are guidebooks. And those parts of the books rarely ever got printed because people were terrified of trying this stuff. Because Avalokita did this stuff, they thought he was the Messiah. And people did not want that happening, and so these sections of these books are hardly ever even reproduced in Hebrew. I do have them in Hebrew, and they're complicated. It's all about combining letter values and stuff like that. Although I will say that recently there was a scholar named Moshe Fidel, one of the most important scholars of Kabbalah these days. Moshe Fidel did work with a neuroscientist to reproduce some of Abraham Avalokita's breathing and meditation techniques, and it showed on the neurological level, it showed results. It was changing people's brains. So there is something to it. The same way we study St. Monk's brain, chant. So there is something to it. How did this work? What he thought, right, is this is to get a little bit into the weeds of medieval philosophy, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to be a crazy person. But there's an idea coming from Aristotle that your intellect, right? So think about a bunch of dominoes. Imagine the universe is a bunch of dominoes. No domino can fall on its own. Some domino needs to knock the other dominoes down. And each domino has to be knocked over by another domino. So every domino is passive until another domino acts on it and knocks it down. And then that domino knocks it, and it becomes the active domino. And it knocks the other passive domino down. Active, passive, active, passive, active, passive, active. Aristotle thought that the mind worked like that too. Your mind's passive at first, and it needs something to activate it. But it can't activate itself. So what activates it? Another mind outside of it. It's like a domino clicking your mind on, or someone turning a light switch on. If the light is passively on, or passively there, then we click the light, and we are the active lighter of it. And then the light shines. Well, Aristotle thought that there must be something outside the mind that lights the mind up. Your mind is passive, and something activates it. What's that active thing that lights the mind up? Another mind. What mind? God's mind. God's mind turns the light on in your mind, illuminates your mind. Well, often our minds are kind of full of gunk, right? I mean, think about your day. Do you really think about how your mind is a realm of God? You know, you think of paying the bills, and getting the kids, and doing the thing, and getting some food, and doing whatever, teaching class. Your mind's covered over with all kinds of layers of things that make you forget what you are. You're a mind activated by God's mind. Well, what is the technique that Avalokita develops? A way of clearing off the gunk, so that your mind reaches all the way back up to the divine mind, and that your mind and God's mind are connected. And when that happens, when your mind and God's mind become connected, you see like God does. You see time as just one thing. Right? You're now no longer in third dimension, you're in fourth dimension, and you see time. You can look that way into the past and look that way into the future. That's prophecy. You can see how things are going to go, you can see how things went. You can see where you are, you see from a God's eye perspective. Your mind becomes connected to God's mind at some level. And Avalokita tried to develop meditation techniques and language techniques to reconnect your mind to God's mind. Now notice how this is very different than the Zohar. The Zohar is a very different animal. You are trying to climb back up something, but in a very, very different way. In fact, even Avalokita gives us phenomenological characteristics to let us know we're on the right path. He says when you start doing this correctly, your body will emit light. You'll see a double of yourself in front of you, like another you, your cell, your astral body, communicating with you. And eventually you'll have a terrifying moment, and you'll break through to pure joy, right? And once you break through to pure joy, you're then jettisoned up to the divine mind. By the way, this sounds a lot like Zen Buddhism in a lot of ways, and many people have drawn a lot of comparisons between Zen Buddhism and Avalokita's meditation. So this how-to aspect of Avalokita's work was always viewed with a lot of suspicion by a lot of Jews because of how Avalokita turned out, and also just because it's the idea of joining with God is a very controversial idea in Judaism, because the idea that God is transcendent or not, that's a weird thing in Judaism. But Avalokita's ideas were incredibly interesting, and eventually his ideas will get redeemed back into mainstream Kabbalah. And I would say that now Avalokita's ideas are being brought back in and synthesized at some level with ideas from the Zohar. But you can see they're very different ideas. I bet you can see these are very different ways of doing Kabbalah. These are fundamentally different ways of doing Kabbalah. But what's important about this is to know that what the Kabbalah was in 1300, 1350 was not sorted out yet. They were Kabbalahs. And because they were Kabbalahs, you could have gone lots of ways, but eventually it's going to go on. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about the way it is. I'll talk about it now. The most important event in the history of Kabbalah is the Alhambra Creed, which, as I'm sure all of you know, the Alhambra Creed was the creed of the Spanish monarchs, Isabel and Ferdinand, over there in my collection, who banned all Jews from living in Iberia beginning in the summer of 1492. Of course, the enactment of the Alhambra Decree took effect on Tisha B'Av of that year. So, add injury to insult. And what ends up happening is that, like in many cases, as we talked about early on in this class, when something really bad happens to the Jews don't get running, the Jews get apocalyptic. So when bad stuff happens, apocalypticism kind of comes in and say, "Hi guys, I'm here for you." And so this apocalyptic fervor begins to emerge in Judaism again with the Alhambra Decree, and that apocalyptic fervor is combined with Kabbalah. Now, if you can't imagine a more spicy thing than that, I don't know what you can think of. Kabbalah plus apocalypse is like, that's the things, y'all. That's the thing. And so they began to combine these ideas. Not only that, there's an idea that God had sent the Kabbalah to prepare the Jews for 1492 with the Alhambra Decree, and that the Alhambra Decree was the beginning of the end of the world, the whole damn thing, or the beginning of at least the Messianic era, and that Kabbalah was how to bring it home. So what was previously, before 1492, the very carefully guarded, secretive world of Kabbalah, after 1492, the new idea was, we need to popularize this, because by popularizing it, we will herald the Messiah. Kabbalah is the robe. Kabbalah is like the rug that we lay out for the Messiah. We got to roll the rug out. How do we roll the rug out? By popularizing these ideas, by intensifying our devotion to this new idea. Right? Which again, to them wasn't new, right? They really believed it was ancient. And to wit, because they believed that it was ancient, because they really believed that the Zohar really all came all the way from Shimon Bar Yochai, where did they go to settle when they were exiled? Many of them were collected by Pius II, who also was one from. Pius II was the Ottoman Turk emperor, who was incredibly gracious. He sent his entire fleet to rescue Jews who were being exiled from Spain. Again, this is one of these things where we should tell the story very clearly that this is a case where Muslims saved Jews. Pius II recognized this as a very important thing for his empire, and he brought Jews all the way to the Ottoman Empire. By the way, in 1492, there was no printing presses in the Ottoman Empire. In 1493, there was one in Salonika, set up by Jews. So Pius II was very, very intelligent in this regard. He knew that rescuing the Jewish population would be good for his empire. And so many Jews who came from Spain after 1492, after the Alhambra Decree, where did they go? They were Kabbalists. They first went to Jerusalem, and then where did they go? They went home. Where is home? Galilee, where Shimon Bar Yochai is from, the author of the Zohar. Now think about how interesting this is. This is a document written by someone that's not actually from Palestine, a Spaniard, and that you have an entire population Jerusalem, they settled in the area of their heroes. Remember Yochai, Meron, and Tzfat. And if you know anything about Meron and Tzfat, you know that is now the center of Kabbalah. They built a center where there was none prior. They built an entire world for themselves and lived in it. It's an amazing mystical story. In the Lord of the Ottoman Empire, the Kabbalah is about to undergo a titanic change. So some of the earliest important systematizers of Kabbalah at this time was Meir ibn Gabbai. Meir ibn Gabbai, he wrote one of the earliest systematic accounts of Kabbalah as we have it. But the most important systematizer of Kabbalah is going to be at this time Moses ibn Cordovero. And he's going to write, published in 1548, his Pardes Romain. And this is the most encyclopedic, most coherent, and most systematic account of Zohar Kabbalah produced, basically in some ways ever. And just to briefly summarize how he thinks, some of the things he thinks, he imagines the Sphirot as emerging from a kind of dialect. That is to say, they always contain their opposite, and their opposite breaks off of them. Have you folks ever seen how cells undergo like mitosis? Right? Mitosis, cells break away from each other. Alright, where they sort of, you see them like doing the thing, right? Right? He imagines that all the Sphirot, the Ein Sof, contain a contradiction. And that from that contradiction emerged Sphira, and then that contained all the contradictions of Ein Sof, and broke again, broke again, broke again, and broke again. So what we have in the ideas of Cordovero is we actually have a reason why the Sphirot developed the way they did. For him, there's an inner dynamism even inside each Sphira, and that's going to get turned up to the max in the exemplary here next time. So he's trying to systematize why the Zohar works the way the Zohar works. Why does Sphirot obey rules? What are the rules of Sphirot obey? How do they work? And why are they the way that they work? So he's the great systematizer. Another major work that he has is a text called Or Yakar. Or Yakar is a commentary on all the Zohar literature. In fact, this commentary is so vast that a modern edition is still not done yet. There is no modern edition of the Or Yakar. There's still putting it out in Hebrew. I think it's running in 24 volumes at this point. He spent decades working on it. It may be done around time. The modern edition may be done in Hebrew in our lifetime. English edition is not even on the radar. Just to get a standard Hebrew edition done. This work is so massive. It's I think been in the works since the 60s. I think it's still not done in 24 volumes. Massive commentary. Another work that he produced was a document called the Tomer Devorah, the Palm Tree of Devorah. This is an ethical, very tiny little book, very, very tiny little book. You read it in afternoon. And this is an ethical version of Kabbalah. This is trying to understand Kabbalah as an ethical program, how to be a Kabbalistic informed Jew. And these ethical Kabbalistic books, these kind of books of Kabbalistic Musar, ethics, how to be a Kabbalist, how to be a Kabbalistically informed Jew. In fact, many of those are responsible for popularizing a lot of Kabbalistic ideas. In fact, some people ask me, what Kabbalistic book would you read first? And I tell them, from the advice of a friend of mine, that I would say Tomer Devorah. If you want to read any Kabbalistic book first, get a copy of Tomer Devorah. Because that's the easiest way of getting an inroad into this conversation. You can buy copies that are Hebrew and English. So he also wrote this text, Tomer Devorah, a very important ethical work of Kabbalah. Cordovero was the great systematizer of the generation. And I would say that in many ways, I'll speak for myself personally here, which I rarely do, but I will say, I prefer Cordovero's system of Kabbalah in many ways, from a philosophic point of view, more than I appreciate Encyclopedias. Now, I know you're going to say that because Encyclopedias can be needs of everything all the time. I will say that Cordovero system I find much more rigorous, much more systematic, much more philosophically well. I appreciate Cordovero and Authority in Now, his elder brother-in-law, right, was Shlomo Alphabets. Now, you may have never heard of Shlomo Alphabets, but I bet you sung a song he wrote, a little ditty called Lechadodi. Ever practiced Kabbalat Shabbat, the service on a Friday night to welcome in Shabbat? If you've ever sung Lechadodi, you've engaged in Kabbalah. Congratulations. The entire service of Kabbalat Shabbat was invented by the circle of people like Joseph Alphabets, right, and people like Cordovero and people like Kara. They invented that entire service. That entire service was invented for whole cloth by Kabbalists. And Lechadodi is the high point of that service, and it's a Kabbalistic hymn to the Shabbat as Shekhinah. So, also he developed some of the all-night study sessions that became important to the development of the holiday of Shavuot. If you've ever done a tikkun on Shavuot and stayed up all night, those kinds of ideas are also found in ideas of Shlomo Alphabets and other books. In fact, Alphabets and Joseph Caro, I'll talk about in just a second, they moved to Palestine because a spirit, an entity, a Magi, a creature, the Shekhinah, told them they have to relocate to Palestine and go to Joseph Caro. You probably know more famously as the author of the Shulchan Aruch, the definitive document of Jewish law. Definitive. There is no more important document in Jewish legal history than the Shulchan Aruch. It was produced by Joseph Caro, a Kabbalist of this time period, who saw visions of the Magi, sometimes as a Shekhinah, sometimes as a body version or a spiritual version of the Mishnah, rabbinic text. And so much modern Judaism, whether it's a legal text like Shulchan Aruch, or whether it's ritual stuff like Kabbalat Shabbat, or it's musical stuff like Rabbi, or it's other things. All of this is being formed and fused and developed in the 16th century in the aftermath of the 1492 disaster of the Muhammad Decree. It's being developed by Kabbalists to popularize ideas from the Sefer Zohar, to basically roll out a red carpet for the coming of the Messiah. They are popularizing these ideas as part of a messianic redemption in their mind. So these ideas, which were very closely hidden, are now being published, put out there, rendered out there. Make songs out of it. If you've ever been to a Friday night service in any synagogue ever, you are living in the shadow of these people doing Kabbalah in the hopes of using ideas from the Zohar to welcome and herald the Messiah. Now, I don't know if you knew that you were doing that or care, but you were. So, Kabbalat Shabbat Friday night services begin here in Spot. Right? At some level, begin here in Spot. They are go read Lechadodi. Go read the English translation for it. It's all about welcoming the bride, getting married to Shabbat or the Shekhinah. It's Kabbalistic all day long. The Zohar itself is also now reaching its canonization at some level. It's printed for the first time in Italy in the printing of Cremona, although that printing is not very widely recognized. It's for a few volumes. But the definitive edition was also printed just around the same time at Mantua. The Mantua edition became the standard version. The 3-volume version of Mantua became the standard edition. So the Zohar is now the printing of the Zohar actually was precipitated at least first by Christians, and the Mantua edition rapidly simulate the ideas of all the world, especially the European world. Cordovero's work is going to be soon surpassed by Isaac Luria. We'll get to him next time. What ends up happening is Cordovero dies, as we all will, and Luria comes to the spot the very day Cordovero died, the Rama died. And above the funeral train of Cordovero, of the Rama, it's Gloria saw a pillar of fire reaching up into heaven. Now, you know something about the book of Exodus? The book of Exodus describes God using Israelites as a pillar of fire. Literally, Gloria says, Cordovero, God is literally going with Cordovero on his funeral train. And immediately Gloria joins the train. Gloria, the Arizal, the lion, comes to the spot and spends only a few years in spot before he dies. He always lives. But the few years he spends in spot before he dies very young. He only about 40 when he dies. He spends a few years teaching, and the 3 or 4 years that he spent in spot, or the 2 or 3 years he spent in spot, are going to transform Kabbalah forever. The teachings that he imparts to 2 of his students, one is Chaim Vital, the other is another student called Israel Saru, not as well known, but between Saru and Chaim Vital, really more Chaim Vital, Kabbalah is going to become a completely integrated part of Jewish theology and philosophy of Jewish life. Kabbalah, as we know it, is going to basically become Oriental Kabbalah. The Kabbalah, as we all know it, is going to be the Kabbalah downstream of Yitzhak Luria and Chaim Vital. And what ends up emerging is that Chaim Vital's version of the Kabbalah is very peculiar interpretation, which we'll get to next time, becomes the authentic, definitive, final version of Kabbalah. That's a huge deal. He will set the stage for all further Kabbalist speculation. Now, what's also important here is that the Christians have taken notice also of Kabbalah. They've also gotten interested in this messianic fervor. And they've also gotten interested in the idea that Jews may have some weird secrets way back in the day. Jews at this point, beginning in the 15th century, especially by the 16th century, are taking intense interest in Kabbalah. And they're going to actually adopt Kabbalah in Christianity. And Christian Kabbalah is going to be an incredibly important part of the development of what we now call Western esotericism or the occult. If you ever studied magic, things like that, these ideas are going to be incredibly important when we get to Christian esotericism and the rise of occultism, right, in Europe. That makes sense as well. It's going to be Vital, Chaim Vital, one of Yitzhak Luria's students, who is going to provide the definitive version of Kabbalah. If you've never studied Kabbalah, heard phrases like Sum, contraction, Tikkun Olam, revelation of the world, Shirah, right, the shattering of the vessels, Klipot, the idea that there are broken vessels or shards of these vessels. If you've ever heard any of these ideas come from Lurianic Kabbalah. They are versions of Kabbalah developed by Luria based on the sacred Torah. What we're going to do next week is we're going to dive into Lurianic Kabbalah. Lurianic Kabbalah, as I said just a moment ago, is Kabbalah. It's become the baptized version, if you like. It's the definitive, the authentic, the standard version. There were other versions of Kabbalah that existed prior, but Lurianic Kabbalah will become the canonical version of Kabbalah. So notice what's already happened. By the late 16th century, the Zohar is already accepted as canon. There's no doubt anymore basically about it. The question is, how do we interpret it correctly? Luria is going to become the canonical version of Kabbalah. That's a big deal, because something that is at this point from 1572, Kabbalah is only about 300 years old. 1270s is when it first began to emerge, really. And by 1572, with the death of Luria, it's going to become definitive. So by 300 years, Zohar is scripture. It's going to affect every version of Jewish life, from the Siddur, prayer book, liturgy, Kabbalah Shabbat, to ritual life, putting on tefillin, Chol even Jewish law. It's going to affect all these things. And the Lurianic Kabbalah will be the standard mechanism by which all other forms of Kabbalah will be measured. We'll come back next week and we'll begin the process of handling the Lurianic guys. Thank you for joining me as I explore the Garden of Eden.
So with you, lift up our hearts. We lift them up to the show.
now. Alright, fam, it's new studio day. It's a disaster right now. Started moving on Friday. We got a long ways to go. We got enough to get the big round breakdown out today in front of the kid. It's a makeshift set right now. We're still waiting on parts to finish the studio. Bloodsport, Buff, Kimbo. We get it popping. But down here will be the big round breakdown. So today will be the big round breakdown. No more shop show. We're bringing it back. Listen to the fans. They come up here. Not quieter. Not quieter than last studio. And all this is fighting the kid. And other shenanigans we'll be doing. This is fighting the kid. Yeah, windows, they good. Yeah, long ways to go. But we're cooking. Enjoy those wires, kid. fetch, soul, ruach, spirit, neshama, breath, shaman, life, and yeshua, singularity. Each of the five prayers on the altar engage a different component of the soul. It is during Mila that one can tap into the highest dimension of the soul, yeshua. Yeshua relates to the essence of the soul in unity with its source, the singular essence of GD. During Mila, when Yeshua surfaces, the gates close behind us. Only you and GD remain in that place, locked together in perfect union. 254 tell me about the term vigil. Vigil are confession prayers. The returning of one's soul to GD at the end of the journey in this world is probably the most profound moment in a person's life. It is for this purpose that our sages prepared a special set of prayers called vigil, confession, to be recited before one departs from this world. These prayers evoke GD's mercy and bring great atonement upon the person. Vigil reminds us that what really matters is our relationship with GD and with our fellow man, and not material possessions or accomplishments. It is a truly powerful message for everyone. Preparing for the vigil. One should not delay reciting vigil out of fear that it may be a bad omen. Many people have recited the vigil and gone on to live many long years. In fact, staying the vigil is helpful for one's recovery, as sincere repentance brings merit to the person and can nullify severe decrees on heaven. It is best for vigil to be recited with a clear mind. Therefore, one should say it before he becomes too weak. If one cannot speak, he may say the vigil in his heart. Below are some laws concerning the recitation of the vigil. However, it is a good idea to seek the guidance of a competent rabbi in these final moments. Vigil is recited by both men and women of any age. It is recited on any day, even on Shabbat and Jewish holidays and on days when Tashna, supplications of forgiveness, are not recited. Before reciting the vigil, one should endeavor to ask forgiveness from those whom he may have caused pain or hardship. It is advisable to clear the room of crying relatives so that one may concentrate fully on his prayers. It is customary to wash one's hands ritually before reciting vigil. Take a large cup of water in the left hand, pour it over the entire right hand, covering up to the wrist. Take the cup in the right hand, and pour it over the entire left hand, covering up to the wrist. Repeat 2 additional times. Men should wear a kippah or yarmulke, and a pair of tzitzit, or colored garment with ritual fringes. Some also don a girdle, a special prayer sash. If the person's children are present, he should exhort them to follow the ways of the Torah. Once vigil is recited, and death seems imminent, one should not leave the person alone. Those who remain with the person should recite psalms for his recovery. The vigil prayers. While there are various customs concerning the order of the vigil prayers, or different editions, the underlying theme remains the same. We have presented a common format below. One may also add prayers or songs as one wishes. Try to recite the entire vigil. If it is not possible, say at least from Adam Olam onwards. If one is even further pressed, one should recite the verses from Shema Yisrael onward. The least one should do is say, "Let my death be an atonement for my sins," and recite the verse of Shema. These prayers are to be found in prayers for the final moments. Hebrew and transliteration. Translation. I acknowledge before you, Lord, my GD and the GD of my fathers, that my recovery and my death are in your hands. May it be your will that you heal me with total recovery, but, if I die, may my death be an atonement for all the errors, iniquities, and willful sins that I have earned, sinned and transgressed before you, and may you grant my share in the garden of Eden, and grant me the merit to abide in the world to come which is vouchsafed for the righteous. Our GD and GD of our fathers, may our prayers come before you, and do not turn away from our supplication. Yom Kippur, 256. Why was Jonah chosen as the Haftarah for teacher on Yom Kippur? Two primary reasons are given for reading the book of Jonah as the Haftarah and the Yom Kippur afternoon services. A. The story of Jonah teaches us how no one is beyond the reach of GPS hands. Just as Jonah's endeavor to escape GPS providence was unsuccessful, so, too, we are incapable of opening divine justice for transgressions we may have committed. On a more upbeat note, GPS spared the people of Nineveh although he had already decreed that they would be destroyed because of their evil ways. This teaches us that no matter our past behavior, GPS benevolence and mercy awaits us if we only repent wholeheartedly. 257. What are the requirements for a sukkah? Sechach. There must be sufficient sechach to provide enough shade so that in a bright day there is more shade than some seen on the floor of the sukkah. The sechach has to be spread out evenly over the entire sukkah, so that there should not be any gap larger than 9.6 inches. Anything that is directly supporting the sechach should not be made out of materials that are not fit to be used as sechach. Thus, if the sechach rests directly on the sukkah walls, strips of wood may need to be used to support the sechach. In addition, the sechach should not be tied with wire or fastened with any metal object. 258. What is the meaning of the sukkah? The word sukkah means booths and refers to the temporary dwellings that we are commanded to live in during this holiday in memory of the period of wandering. The Hebrew pronunciation of sukkot is sukkot, but is often pronounced as Yiddish, to rhyme with bogas. The name of the holiday is frequently translated Feast of Tabernacles, which, like many translations of Jewish terms, isn't very useful. This translation is particularly misleading, because the word tabernacle in the Bible refers to a portable sanctuary in the desert, a precursor to the temple, called in Hebrew Mishkan. The Hebrew word sukkah, plural, sukkot, refers to the temporary booths that people lived in, not to the tabernacle. For 40 years, as our ancestors traversed the Sinai desert prior to their entry into the Holy Land, miraculous clouds of glory surrounded and hovered over them, shielding them from the dangers and discomforts of the desert. In the words of the verse, Leviticus 23:42-43, for a 7-day period you shall live in booths. Every resident among the Israelites shall live in booths, in order that your ensuing generations should know that I had the children of Israel live in booths when I took them out of the land of Egypt. I am the LRD, your GD. Ever since, we remember GD's kindness, and reaffirm our trust in his confidence, by dwelling in the sukkah for the duration of the Sukkot festival, from the 15th through the 22nd of the Hebrew month of Tishrei, in Israel, through the 21st only. A sukkah is essentially an outdoor hut that is covered with vegetation, known as sechach. 259. What is the Hebrew blessing said in the sukkah? Kiddush or sukkot. Kiddush is recited while holding the cup of wine or other liquid, no less than 3.3 ounces. If wine or grape juice is not used, you should substitute shiitake and IHF in barrel, by whose will all things come to be, or Ori Pri Akabet, who is the fruit of the vine. On Friday nights, Shabbat, insert the first paragraph of Shabbat Kiddush here, that is, from Mid-High Erev to Asher Bar Elot Lot Asot. On all other nights, stick words in brackets. Baruch Adonai, Elohim, Melech Haolam. Blessed are you, Lord, our God, sovereign of the universe. If using wine or grape juice, Ori Pri Akabet, Amen, who creates the fruit of the vine. Amen. If using other liquids, shiitake and IHF in barrel. Amen. Who made all things exist through his word. Amen. Baruch Adonai, Elohim, Melech Haolam. Blessed are you, Lord, our God, sovereign of the universe. Asher Father Having Mikal and Piram Mayim Mikal Lashon, who has chosen us from among all people, and exalted us above every tongue. And sanctified us with his commandments, that you gave us, Lord our God, through love. Shabbat over him, Elohim, Melsu, Cha Cha, Chumas, Man, and Melsason. For a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 3. Get up for Tony Exclusive. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness. I am so excited to be back with you. We're the #1 live podcast in the world. Yeah. Sometimes even I forget the #1. Live podcast in the world, and you are here at its home in the belly room. Every other week we're in the main room, but sometimes it's just more fun to play in the shoebox. You know what I mean? Just get all right on top of one another so you can get close to the action. Bring guys together for my co-pilot and all this fun. The one, the only Brian Redband. Everybody here. As you can tell, he's on sound effect duty tonight. We have Jamie Vernon, young Jamie. On the great HD camera, and the one and the only Ryan J. Ebelt, house artist, drawing tonight's episode. You're not going to believe it. At the end of the episode, we're going to show you an unbelievable piece of art that was drawn right now while you people are all sitting there watching a show being lazy fucks. Ryan's drawing the entire episode. And if you couldn't tell, live audience, because you were here when they were playing, we have a band that I have to bring back out each time when the show starts for some reason. It's always fun to watch their intros. Always something original and different. Here they are, the Kill Tony Band. It's Reagan and Watkins and Joel Jimenez. Fuck yeah! Woo! They always wait until the applause die all the way out. Here they are, Reagan and Watkins and Joel Jimenez.
Oh, hey, pals.
So this is like some kind of anti-war stance you guys are taking tonight, right?
Yeah, we're getting pretty political on Kill Tony tonight.
Now, what are those helmets you guys are wearing? Because they look like coffee filters. Camouflage coffee filters.
The official World War I sanctioned trench helmet.
And then Joel is just wearing a bunch of seaweed.
He always it's a camouflage suit. Jungle territory. Tactical attacks.
All right, well, hopefully we'll see some of that tonight. Put your hands together for Reagan and Watkins, everybody. Every single week, I have two of the funniest comedians in the world on this show. This one is what I would call super duper special. Put your hands together for two of the best in the world. The one, the only, Big J. Okerson and Joe DeRosa. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Here they are. Joe DeRosa, you've done this show before. Welcome.
I have.
Big J, I have wanted you to do this show for 3 years, and now New York comic and super duper friend Big J. Okerson is live on Kill Tony, ladies and gentlemen.
I always did it because J.
bothered me how much better your intro was than mine. Jesus Christ, Scotty. I mean, I've been here before, but you can act a little happy.
Joe, I'm excited that you're back, man.
Thanks.
I've been,
Also, Joseph. Joe, you've done this before, but this other motherfucker right here, if I could suck his dick, I would.
Wow.
The undisputed master of disaster. The undisputed comedy king.
Joe, I'm happy that you're here too.
Thank you, buddy. It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you. Very excited. You guys work together on the Cowboy show.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's a great show.
Yeah.
Talk about it. What's your fucking deal? Talk to CISO.com. All crab work. Products. Joe's most one of my favorite topics in the whole world. Does it get better? I'm trying to make you feel better.
It does.
Is he handsome? Guy just had a rock sweater. Can I have another whiskey on ice?
Whiskey on ice.
Tony said to just order through the mic if I wanted one. I already want one.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, I need one. I guess you're gonna go grab it. Yeah, another one of these things.
All right.
Can we do that?
Yeah, what do you want? Some Kool-Aid or something?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Jeremiah, you don't ever drink, right?
Nope. Clean as a whistle. Why don't you drink? Like, yeah, great. Why don't you drink? Never have. Never have? Yeah. I don't trust people like you. All right. I don't trust anybody that's like, I don't need the stuff. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, really, you look at this world and you go, don't need to fog that up at all. Looks good to me. No, I don't trust you. Something's wrong, you're lying. Joe, he finds happiness in the alto soul.
Well,
Slats are my drugs. Well, my drugs right here. The only cocktail I need is a nice one.
Joe, I'm so excited you're back.
Thank you, buddy.
So, we have a bucket here filled with a shit ton of comedians, guys. They all signed up for the chance to do 60 seconds and then talk to us live on the podcast afterwards. Comedians, you know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. It's adorable. That means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. All right, there you go. A little something extra for you podcast fans that are just listening to the shit. Love that part. So let's get this fucking thing started. You guys ready? This is Kill Tony, episode 161.
It's a lot of episodes.
It is a lot of episodes. Anything can happen, as we found out last week. It was a fucking freak show. So let's see how tonight goes. This looks like a new name. Put your hands together. 60 seconds uninterrupted for Michelle Westford.
Hey everybody. Oh, is this on? So you guys got engaged. Yes, that was 6 years ago yesterday. And I personally want to thank Facebook Memories for reminding me about that solid in my life. So I'm single. I should have known things weren't going to work out. Start buying me passive aggressive presents, like a 6-month subscription to Match.com. And I've got 800 emails in the last 24 hours on Match.com because I put my profession in there. And aside from doing comedy, you guys, I'm a professional auctioneer. Like, hey, give me $100 bid, now two, what do you get? But I wrote it wrong in there, and the A and the S key are dangerously close. So apparently there's like about 800 people in the greater LA area that want to go out with a suctioneer. So, thank you guys.
Fuck yeah. Michelle Westford. You seem like an interesting spirit. You're wearing a Monster Energy t-shirt with a biker jacket. You have a motorcycle?
I do have a Harley.
Oh, an 883. Wow, you just made my boner go away. Michelle, so you said that there's the force of truth coming in really late on that one.
All right.
I mean, it was 7 seconds after the fact. Michelle, tell us what's so extreme about you? What else? I mean, you're wearing a Monster Energy shirt. I get the feeling that a motorcycle is like the 7th most exciting thing about you.
All right. So yeah, I ride motorcycles. Like I said, I'm an auctioneer, which people usually don't guess because they expect someone like looks like Colonel Sanders or something. You know. So like you're like, oh, you're an auctioneer.
How long have you been doing that?
5 years.
How does that start? Did you have to take a class for that?
I apprenticed under a gal who's been doing auctions for 24 years.
I thought you were gonna say gal at the end of that.
I learned from the best auction.
Yes, there's a gal from Charity Auction World, and I apprenticed under her for 2 years, and I went to auction school in St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow, that's probably the only place that has an auction school. So,
Is there a reason why everyone sticks with the same voice? Kind of like strip club DJ
yeah,
voice.
So it's what's called a chant, and so it's kind of the same as someone singing to you. It's a serenade, and so there's like a skill to it personally. All right, now
How cool is it that chicks have probably broken into the auctioneer world?
I love it.
I mean, that's progressive.
Can you say it less misogynistic?
She's like the Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't eat broad to do an auctioning now?
yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I sell it.
That's pretty cool,
I
Mama.
sell it to you.
I'm surprised you gals can remember all the info with those tiny brains.
No, don't say that,
Oh,
Joe.
when you find time to not vote, says Al.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's great that you've broken ground in that world. You're like the Hillary Clinton of auctioneering, except with a lot less community.
Yeah. Except your pantsuit is a tiny jacket and Monster Energy shirt.
Yeah.
Here's my question. This is a real question. Are you truly engaged for 6 months?
I was engaged, but I've been single for about a year now.
Okay. This is comedy advice. As soon as you said I got engaged, I was
I know. That's why I hide my hand
Yeah,
a little
you
bit
should.
so people don't.
keep it in the pocket.
Yeah.
And you should also say once you take the hand out, you're like, it's over. It's fucking done.
It is over.
Yeah, you should go a little
Thanks.
farther into this.
It's totally over.
You did pitch it, Doug. I thought you were still engaged. It was just taking a long time.
What was this guy's story? Was he like some kind of like super tough guy, beard, tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Bodybuilder,
Firefighter.
firefighter. Fuck yeah.
You gotta know.
See, there's only certain types of guys that can even please a woman wearing a Monster Energy shirt. You understand? Like,
She did present that like they were in the same sword, like you were close.
right? Yeah,
The
totally.
bodybuilder's like firefighter.
Well, yeah. All those guys do is lift weights all day.
That's why it didn't work out, because you guys were too similar. Opposites attract. Paul Abdul once said, you gotta start fucking cartoon cats.
Yeah.
And it'll work out.
Get a little sidecar for
Who
you.
also raps. He's got to rap.
Get a little sidecar for your kitty.
You fuck Joe Rose. He's very opposite.
What am I, a piece of meat?
You should fuck Joe. You should fuck Joe. You should fuck Joe. You should fuck Joe.
Is that possible for you to go from a firefighter to a postman?
I didn't think it was
Oh shit, he's loading up over here.
Because your face has been annoying me since I sat down here. You got Liberace right at the end.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, you got the AZiest face I've ever
Oh,
seen.
you
in my
son
life.
of a bitch.
Now fucking blow me. You actually don't, because you look AZ.
Oh. You can't get AIDS from getting a blowjob, Joe.
I heard that Joe should really switch back to Sprint. Did you guys know that? Oh,
Thanks,
man.
Jeremiah, for coming to my defense there.
Don't you mess with Tony!
Did you just go back to school?
Verizon guy.
Oh,
Do we have to spell out the genius?
sorry. I was going to ask Joe if he needed some help. Need some help?
I'm AT&T all the way.
AT&T, but he still does eat Subway. Fucking
Tony, you can get a blowjob from, or you can get AIDS from a blowjob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can.
Brian had a bloody dick and a bloody mouth. What's gonna happen?
Oh, okay. Who's the girl who's going around being like, oh, bloody dick, love to suck that dick?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Just
hope
so
it's
happens I have a bloody mouth. Oh my god, what is happening right now? Oh no, don't do this, Michelle. You are not young enough. You are not young enough to be.
Why are the sound effects so horribly loud? Lower them a little bit.
Why does the sound effects hurt?
Well, I think you're lovely. I hope you meet another guy that you get engaged to. I really do. And I'm just trying to wrap it up because clearly Tony doesn't know how to host his own podcast.
Wait, what made you say that?
Have we spent too much time? Don't we need to move on to the next issue?
No,
27 comics?
No, we don't go through the whole bucket. That's not how it works, Joe. I mean, I'm about to get rid of her, but
I'm not trying to get rid of it. I'm just
I'm just
saying.
gonna let Big J get one more thing in, and then
Okay.
this is how it works.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Joe, you questioned Tony again. We're stepping out in the parking lot.
Oh,
Oh, you want to fight a sax player, dude?
Yeah.
He's got 6 fiddle energy.
you don't want to fuck with guys wearing camouflage yarmulkes.
With chin straps. I dare you, Joe. Today's the day? Today's the day you're going to test that out?
Today's the day, dude. I'm feeling it today.
So let me ask you one last thing, Michelle. Now that you're looking for like a new love, like are you on any of these dating sites or anything like that?
I tried one out, but I just rather meet people like organically.
Well, where do you go to meet people again?
You just, I don't know, just live your life and got new stuff that you enjoy
Do
doing.
you go to micro bars?
No, I didn't. No.
What were you going to say? Something weird happened.
I did meet a guy while I was on a motorcycle ride that asked me out, but I never tried.
Wow, you're just yelling over the motorcycle.
Hey, you want to go out sometime? Well, no, we like stopped at this place. They were all there. It was like a restaurant. So like, here's a micro. Okay, it's a micro bar.
Jeez.
You still
But I
get
didn't go there for that.
Bike?
Huh?
You still get 1,200 back in the bike, whatever.
No.
1,200 kids.
1,200 kid?
Okay. It just means it's a really fast bike.
I figured that's what it meant.
All
Nobody goes on their
right.
slow bike. Nobody's like, it's got a 400 torque.
I'll fuck you if you give me a sidecar. If you give me a sidecar, I'll fuck.
Okay. Now I gotta negotiate.
No, I just want to cruise around in a sidecar.
All right. We start a fund for that. Can I raise some money for that?
Yeah,
Nope.
you go.
Okay. Michelle. Joe, welcome back to the show, Joe. I think now everybody's realizing why you got that shitty intro when I first brought you up.
What's he drawing?
He draws every episode.
He draws every episode.
Hey, Joe, let's break down all the barriers of this show.
What's
I
this
see
doing
what
with
the
the
hell
bucket?
Jeremiah, keep it up. I'm gonna cut your throat with this fucking sword. You'll never play that little fucking flute of yours again.
Michelle, I'm gonna keep you out of harm's way. Michelle Westford, everybody, there she goes. She's on Twitter at Michelle's Comedy.
Yeah,
Getting
Michelle.
tonight kickstarted.
Great job.
There you go. Fuck yeah, Michelle Westford. Whew.
This is fun.
This really makes me feel like a sultan would dance for me.
It's crazy, right?
Michelle, it's over.
Michelle coming back for a glass of red
Fuck
wine.
out of here, you attention hog.
You fucking asshole.
Shit, 60 seconds.
She's drinking red wine too. I don't trust her on the motorcycle drinking. I don't like it. Some stuff. They pulled another name out of the bucket. Handwriting, not that great. That's always a pretty interesting sign. Put your hands together for Phil Kemp.
So a lot of women don't want to fuck me. Probably because I do a really good impersonation of Schmiegel from Lord of the Rings. In the bedroom, we'll have sex. I'll be in there like, Lost, my precious will cancel. It gives me the blues, so I'll do this bit for y'all called the Schmiegel Blues. Unless I want the precious, or I would want some back. Unless I want the precious like it's a fat rock. And if I don't get that precious, I'm afraid them hobbits is next. I
Jesus, I don't know what it is. The justice of justice. Sir, Canada. Oh, my precious. Sir, give it to me. And if I don't get my precious, I'll smoke some pussy blood.
Fuck yeah, Phil Camp, everybody. Phil Camp. Woo. Fuck yeah. I think we know who Michelle Westport's fucking tonight.
Well, the Schmiegel voice you did was awesome. What did you learn how to do?
Please.
Oh, Schmiegel battle!
Everybody's doing the one voice that they know.
This is we're on 8 Mile Road in the fucking Shire, y'all.
Yeah, this is it.
Bill Cosby came and talked to Joe. Hey, Joe,
And then Jack Nicholson showed up, right, folks? Hold on, let me turn around and turn back as Jack Nicholson. And you can't handle the Schmieg.
Overall, so I'd say that's a pretty good performance, Phil.
Sucker for a pun.
I love it. What's your story? How long have you been in Los Angeles?
24 hours.
He went from the Orlando club shooting. Jesus Christ. Whoa. Hell yeah. We get over things real quick here. All right.
What's that buzz?
Oh, that's what happened. Phil single-handedly wrecked the audio of the show.
All right. Well, I've been in Los Angeles for about a month now, and so, you know.
Where are you from?
I'm from Mississippi River, where you sailed down with Huckleberry Finn.
Pat, I love it, Pat. Pat normally is pretty reserved, but if somebody pulls out a harmonica in this show,
I got a hold of it, too, so. Don't you compare yourself to Pat Reagan. Shut up. Don't you tell me to shut up. Joe DeRosa and I will murder you.
Phil, stick with me over here. Phil, everything's okay. You're on a big crazy live show right now. I know we don't have podcasts from wherever you're from, but just stick. Where is it that you're from?
I'm from Bakersfield, California.
Yes. That's why. Now it all makes sense. You just got Lord of the Rings up there. You want some of those topical DVD Lord of the Rings jokes?
No one's cranking out. What's a DVD, dude?
Do you know what Bakersfield is? Have you been made aware as a New York guy through and through what Bakersfield is?
I went on tour for
Outdated band drop.
Phil looks like he opens for corn.
Yes, recently.
Phil Camp opens for Corn the vegetable.
A's, my A's.
Now, folks, I'll never forget when I was on the road with Winger. Those were good times.
God damn
I
it.
got it. Nobody got it.
Phil,
Too old of a
It's just a
reference.
third eye blind. Would have been a wave of laughter.
Phil, you're an interesting guy. What do you do for work?
I actually play guitar, banjo, and stream online on the site called soundbox.com.
And you live in the house next to the burbs?
No, not
Yeah.
dude. I'm lucky to find a couch. Thank you, 6 people that saw the verbs.
So do people like pay you to play? Is that let's say you're like a webcam
Actually,
player?
No way, I fucking beat this dude.
I know, right?
Well, why don't you bring this beat and play?
Because you guys give me 1 minute.
See,
Don't
Joe,
you snap at Joe
Shut the
DeRosa!
fuck up! Phil, over here. Whoa, are you serious? Are you seriously mad, Phil? No. Are you playing a character?
Dude, yeah, I'm under a lot of stress right now.
What's the stress? Let's talk about
Can I
it.
say something? I don't mean to come in here. I don't want to come in here and slap my East Coast dick down on the table. But I don't think you guys out here have a good read on shit. When I wouldn't even slap on the table, buddy, I'm with you. I'm on your team. See, that's what you do. I can tell by the handwriting here that Phil wrote his name with a pencil in a fist. That's the best my handwriting gets. He came here with a fucking banjo and abandoned the bit. Gotta carry it all night.
I see the signs that let's just tell this guy great job and let him get the fuck on with it. No! You killed it. You killed it. Couldn't have went better. Tony, moving on. Me and you are good, Phil. We're good peeps.
Yeah, okay, cool. Jay said it best. There's nothing to say after that.
Phil, how many times, how often do you do stand-up?
Like, almost every night.
I love that. So you make money online during the day.
And then I go do stand up at night. I basically perform for 8 hours in the day, and then I'll like, go do it at 5, whatever. You know, and then, you know, I on Saturday, I'm having my live album release party in Ventura, California.
Can we hear something, El Taco? And
You want to hear one?
yeah, I would love to hear like a quick little ditty.
A little ditty?
Yeah, I think it's an AK-47 this bad.
You fuckers better clap at this. Just trust me. If you trust nothing else, I'm only here for 2 more days. Just go clap. Phil, rock it out, bro.
This is my mom's favorite song. It's called I Want to Move Down South and Put My Dick in Your Mouth.
I didn't know she was my sister till the day that I kissed her. Now she's gone and run away. Now there's a tear in my beer, and I wish she was still here, so I can stand right up and say, hey, I wanna move down south and put my dick in your mouth. That's just what I'm gonna do. 'Cause here in Alabama, they will put you in the slammer for covering your sister and you. I wanna move down south, put my dick in your mouth, and I will do it every day. 'Cause here in Alabama, they won't put you in the slammer, 'cause fucking your sister's okay. It seems that every girl I dated has been somehow related, and all of my uncles hate me. I do some smooching and some screwing at the family reunion, 'cause that's how love should be. Or you call it incest if it's a double deep breast, 'cause it feels lucky to score. But out here it's regulated, so our kids won't be mutated, and I just can't take it no more. I wanna move down south and put my dick in your mouth. That's just what I'm gonna do. Everybody, here in Alabama, they won't put you in the slammer for covering your sister and you. I wanna move down south and put my dick in your mouth, and I will do it every day. 'Cause here in Alabama, they won't put you in the slammer, 'cause fucking your sister's okay. I wanna move down south and put my dick in your mouth. That's just what I'm gonna do. 'Cause here in Alabama, they won't put you in the slammer for covering your sister and you. Woo!
That's how the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Kemp, everybody. There he goes. Phil Kemp.
Phil, go home and kill yourself, because that is the peak of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
That moment was it.
That was it. We all survived. He's on Twitter at Filthy Phil Kemp, everybody. One more time for Phil, everybody. Come on.
Joe clap.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry.
That was a cool moment. Had to be the most exciting thing.
I'm gonna be go down south, put my dick in your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna happen for the next
That
3
song
days.
was that song was a little heady for my taste.
I don't like a song with a message. I just want to dance.
I don't want to think when I'm listening to my comedy songs, damn it. I just want jokes. What was that song about?
Oh wait, me and Joe both need drinks.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are killing it. Yeah, I'll have one as well. Let's just do it. Let's just wreck this bar.
Hey Josh, can I get a drink too?
Oh shit, here we go.
Somebody
Jeremiah! Jeremiah, let's do it, you piece of shit.
Ride the winds at
Jeremiah plays the saxophone like he's drunk.
Totally.
He just plays one note over and
It
over.
really is. I've been been friends with Jeremiah for like 7 or 8 years, and I forget that he doesn't drink. It's weird.
Why don't you drink? Joe, you're back in the red zone. It's back on! Oh, yeah! Don't you dare tell Jeremiah. Oh, that silky fucking sax he plays, dude. Makes me so happy. Give me a little Baker Street. He can just do it.
Do it.
Dude, it's amazing. You could just...
There you go. Those are the 2 songs Jeremiah knows.
It's fucking bonkers. You could just yell out one of the 2 saxophone songs I know, and he plays both.
Yeah.
We're friends for life.
I pulled another name out of the bucket, and the name is Isaac Allen.
Here he comes. Oh, shit.
All right. So, getting rid of friends. A lot of them, especially superstitious friends. I can't do it. I can't talk to them anymore. I was talking to 2 of them when I was walking the other day, and I got a little shiver in my spine. Just, it wasn't cold, just a little. My buddy stopped me and he goes, bro, someone just stepped on your future. Okay, no. My buddy was like, no, ghost just passed through. I was like, you're just about stupid. So I just came up with one back at them. I was like, well, when someone thinks about you while they're masturbating, that's when you get that little shiver. I said it, so it's true. And I want to know that there's a porn star somewhere who just can't stop. And she's like, will you 13-year-olds just shut the fucking laptops already? This is ridiculous. You go, right? Yeah, someone's just watching Thunderclocks tonight, and this happens all the time. I don't even think Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's. I think there's just a bunch of women, like, beating off the Back to the Future. It's like, ooh, McFly! Oh, call me Big Baby, light my clock tower, I swear to God. What are you looking at, butthead? Oh. If you didn't laugh at that, then it means you'd rather have Parkinson's, and that's fucked up. What's wrong with friends?
Fuck yeah. Isaac Allen. You work here at the Comedy Store. How long have you worked here?
About a month and a half or so.
Where are you from? I don't really know you.
Yeah, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
No, you know what he means. Where are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me look at it this way. I am from Indianapolis.
I want to know where them eyes come from, boy. You know what the fuck we're saying.
I am from Charles, a half a brother.
Where are you from? Tijuana or something like that? That's 3 songs, Joe DeRosa.
My boy Jeremiah!
Jeremiah!
What is your nationality? Because you're either Asian or you're like Mexican or Avatar or something
Native.
like that.
All the above.
Native,
baby.
You look like a chili Avatar.
I'm like
Eskimo.
half Chinese, half white stuff. White shit.
What's
Mom's
what?
Chinese. Is your mom Chinese?
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, it's always that.
Yeah.
It's always that.
White side is German, Polish, I think Irish. It's a bunch of
And this guy's half German, half something else. He's not welcome at his own dinner table, folks.
Oh, wow. There you go, Joel.
Says how?
Can't keep up with the DeRosa. Can't keep up.
Hey, he said German.
Oh, no.
I'm a German in my bed. What do you do here at the comedy store?
Door guy / lady. You don't do that with fun chows up here, and I'm only half.
Just relax. Half is enough to be 100% wrong.
Yeah. Part of the half that you are is your eyes. So, like, that's an important half.
If you have a nice white sheet and there's a shit stain on the sheet, the sheet's ruined. That's the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That makes a strong point. He's right, you know.
That might be one of those racist things.
I'm not white. I'm allowed to
They
say
went
I'm
from
not white.
Asian eyes to shit on the planet.
I'm not white. I'm allowed to say it. You know your crazy Asian eyes, like blanket shit.
Joe!
You know what I'm saying? You know what Joe's saying, right?
No, I understand completely. I talk to my mom about it every day.
Hey, what, laundry? Of course.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. We are forming a team of racist Avengers, and we would like
I'm Middle Eastern Arab, but I still have to be on the team.
just give them a high five.
Joe DeRosa's alter ego is Captain Get Out of America. Written on the fly. How? This kid is finessed.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Now you've worked here for a month and a half. So how do you make your money? How do you survive?
I work during the day with adults with mental and physical disabilities.
Do you call it the dojo?
Yeah, just a bunch of retarded people teaching karate.
Hey, Tards, come to the dojo. I'll get you walking again.
Walking and chopping, that's our
What
motto.
do you do? Do you just like rub your hands together like Miyagi and then the screen goes blank and then we just assume you did some magic on them?
That's
Also, are you in the
they all have slanted eyes.
Are you
but not for the
part-time
same
in the
reason.
Secret Service? What is this? Get up with the earpiece and everything.
Yeah,
He's literally on the clock right now, right?
yeah, which makes this all the better.
Why do they need the earpiece? Eddie Griffin is in the building. Eddie Griffin has arrived.
That's literally the
Quick! 10-4! Somebody get a pair of Air Force Ones for him before he goes on stage. Facts! These are facts! Behind the music, comedy.
How long have you been working with special people?
On and off for like the last 2.5 years.
Is it weird for you to see them as the band here tonight?
Yeah, I recognize them. I was actually with them during the day today. Good.
Isaac,
Why is this lip twitching?
Isaac, are you single?
No.
No? How long have you been with your situation?
Live with my girlfriend. She moved up here with me from San Diego. We've been together about 9 months. Yeah.
You were very funny. I'm serious. You did a really good job.
I'm a fan of yours too, man.
Thanks, man. But
I didn't even listen to the Uninformed podcast back in the day.
Holy shit,
Wow.
man. That's an old one. You did? But I really want to say that. Like, you guys are like, we're breaking balls, but you did a good job. Seriously.
We watch each other's balls a little more.
No, I'm not watching your balls. I'm saying you did a good job. You're fucking. I think you're great too. You're really great.
Gotta do it now. Gotta do it.
Okay, Isaac, you did it. Go back to work. Make sure nobody shoots the place up. Isaac Allen. He's on Twitter at Isaac Allen, spelled I-S-A-K.
Isaac, not your fault. You had to follow the fucking Grim Reaper at the Comedy Store.
I love it in here right now.
I'm having a great time. I really am. I truly am. I'm having a really fun time. Could be the 4 whiskeys. I don't know.
Might be the comedian that I just pulled out of the bucket. This looks like a new name. Kat Gessen.
Yeah, hey! I know Kat.
Already. One more time for Kat Gessen, everybody.
Hi, I'm Kat. I've been in LA for 7 years. Kind of fun. Gone as planned. Okay, so I'm not successful. Even if I don't have a lot of money, even if I'm single, the important thing is I'm not happy. I have 2 cats. I live alone. I read tarot. I don't read my cat's tarot. That's weird. My cats are both Pisces, so Pisces are too sensitive for tarot. I have not seen Coke with my own eyes since like 2009. Does that make me a loser? Like, I'm the kind of girl, like, I don't do Coke, but I just, like, offer to hold your baby so you would go to the bathroom.
Kat Gessen.
1 minute. Nice.
All right.
Whoa.
Jeremiah's going.
He's got an audience here, but I'll listen to him for an hour. Just wail. Why are you hard on me? I wasn't the one that said you only do 2 songs. Jimmy said that. This was in the form of a compliment. It's all about the wording, Joe.
Kat, welcome to the show. You were on a few weeks ago. What do you do for work again?
Special needs nanny, and,
It's fucking Special Olympic. Isn't it weird how comedians always work with special needs people? I think it tells something about comedians.
You know how to connect with tards.
And then the west side comes from jizzing in your mouth.
I am someone said I was a 20th century Mark Twain. I think I saw that on a quilt somewhere. On a quilt?
Last time you were on, we talked about we talked about your clips. I told you that the best performance since I saw you in Pulp Fiction, and now you're back. What else about you, Pat? How long have you been on stand-up?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Where at?
3 nights. Nights I had in the Hollywood Hotel and Alice and Elson and Sharon. You know, like when I first started, I did a ton of art.
Really name dropping everything. I was more.
No.
You are saying like
The guy that books all the bringers here, like when I first started, and like I had like I took a stand-up class.
Yeah, it's Martin Scorsese. Pat was right.
Yeah, like.
Are you single? Oh shit.
No.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Bro. You're not single? I was gonna say such nice shit about you.
How long have you been in a relationship?
Since last August.
Where'd you meet him at?
At a party.
Useless.
Do you know he physically looks a lot like you? I found it like.
Wait,
Oh.
he looks like.
I think she's hot. Yeah, I was all about it.
Bears. Yeah.
Yeah, like a gay guy with a beard. Thanks for the late night compliment.
No,
I needed that before going
it's
into
like the olive oil body types always like.
Right?
Bluto. You just got Bluto,
She
dude.
just called you fat, son. Twice. 2 different artistic ways.
No, don't say that. Don't say fat. Say
Right?
say soft.
Say with us.
This girl's a freak, I can tell. Oh, yeah.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
Have you ever been with a smaller guy before?
Cut Jeremiah off. I think he's had too much water.
He's fucking high on Baker Street. That's not Baker Street. That's
Have you ever been with a smaller guy, Kat?
Yeah.
What's that been like? What don't you like about that?
What did she do?
I just feel kind of just not. I don't feel feminine with the smaller guy. I feel like kind of just large and yeah.
Did you play sports in high school?
Yeah, volleyball.
Play any sports now? How do you stay in shape?
Barman. It's like kind of like ballet.
It's like a lawyer thing you wouldn't really think about. Oh, shut up!
Yeah, come on.
Kat, do you ever talk about the stuff that you see as a special needs nanny on stage?
No, just because.
What exactly does that mean, a special needs nanny? That means you go to the house of rich people that have fucked up kids.
Yeah, and and their jobs are to fight threats and kids.
Any celebrities? You don't have to name them, but
Yeah, one big, yeah.
What do you just gotta make sure those goofballs don't break all the expensive shit in
But I
the
mean,
house?
or like eat poison or get a gun.
She goes, or they don't eat poison. She just said,
But I can't talk about it because they're
well,
famous.
you don't need to give us any names. But can you give us like some close calls? Shit where you're like, whoa, that was
Jimmy William Aguilera. Stop eating paint chips. Put the knife down.
There was a little guy that was 5 years old, and his habit was putting his face in women's,
That's not retarded. Yeah, that's my habit too. You know what I'm saying? You call that retarded? That kid's progressive. That kid just crushing it. Guys just trying to headbutt that poo-poo.
now.
Is that the only thing special about this kid? He pulls his head out of your vagina and he's just like a straight A student other than that?
You started headbutting pussies, they're like, oh, our kid's sick.
He had Down syndrome, but the thing is, they're really not that much different from 5-year-olds that.
Oh, he's got Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's Downs to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
What up, son? That's a two high fiver.
We like to call it up syndrome.
Oh, I bet you do. With that horny 5-year-old, he definitely has some up syndrome.
But it was just
And they all look
relentless.
alike, so if you fuck all of them, it's like you're only banging one dude.
Jesus.
They've had it too good for too long, if you ask me.
Right now, there's some Down syndrome podcast fan listening to this like, what does he mean we all look alike?
What does he say? This how we all look. And I nailed the impression! Oh!
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Oh god, you just did a Down syndrome impression.
Oh my God.
That's
What the
unbelievable.
fuck are you talking about?
Alright, so you're with a 5-year-old. They had to warn you before. They're like, so my son, he's 5.
No,
he's like,
that developed when I came along.
wow, really?
Yeah, for sure. It was just, it was a phase that he got into, and then, you know, every woman, like adults.
Hey, we're about to head to dinner. Listen, about the hour 10 mark, my son might start headbutting you in the cunt, but besides that, smooth sailing.
All right, listen, he likes to go outside to play a lot. You should feed him at 3 o'clock. He loves ham and cheese. Oh, yeah, shit, I was right. Don't stick his head in your pussy.
We gotta go. We got a ball to go to. I like the Down syndrome kids get the same fucking instructions as gremlins.
Now,
Feed this little fucking weirdo that with that, or he is going to be fucking ape shit.
Pat, let me ask you this. So, like, was there ever a time when you were hanging out with your kids, or like, experiencing a dog, and you're hanging out, and you're just
But the thing is that when it happens, it's usually because choke on because he's tired or hungry or you know what I mean.
right. So then, in that case, you just put a little peanut butter on your pussy, and two birds with one stone.
Well, the thing is, you have to tell them, you have to be very firm, but you can't shame them.
Right.
It's really hard. You can't say because that's inappropriate because I'm trying to, you know.
So how would you say it? How would a
5-year-old get out of here? You know, that's a pretty solid dick for a kid.
Few people know this. You don't have to say anything because all retarded kids have The Shining, so they just tell you in your head.
So
How did that not get a laugh? How did that not get a laugh?
dude, are you really asking? It was probably because of the delivery and the.
How did that not get a laugh? You want some ice cream, Doc?
Let me
How
ask you
did
this.
that not get a
I
laugh?
want to know how you would tell a 5-year-old if this happened. So Jeremiah, if you don't mind playing the 5-year-old that puts your head in her pussy, without shaming him, how would you say it?
Or shining.
Can you just keep yelling over and over, Jeremiah? Box butt, box butt, box butt.
Hey, look, it's a
Oh
5-year-old.
no. That's my private area. That's my private area. That's terrific. That's just my private area.
Okay.
So you can touch
All right,
your
I
private
think we get
area
it. I
in
think we get
private, but don't touch my private area.
Oh, I see. It's mostly about private area. Jeremiah,
If I was Jeremiah's dad, I would be like, look, just let him headbutt your pussy, and then I'll stop. And you have to let him do it.
But it would happen to strangers. Like it would happen to strangers at museums, like at Disneyland, at the stores. You did to
part of
strangers.
the overlook. Hotel.
There you go. People are catching on to my Shining. Scatman Carruthers was hanging.
Kat, what's one of weirdest things about you? If you had to confess something weird about you, what would it be?
I
Something.
love that.
Jesus, you're acting like a 5-year-old just stuck his head in your pussy.
Is that your fetish, you piece of shit? Are you using these little fucking tards for your own sexual enjoyment, you son of a bitch?
Yeah.
These kids have dreams of math Olympics.
How did you?
Did
I
you?
forgot. I hear that all the time.
Oh, that's such a boring answer.
But like, what's you said weirdest? Like that, like.
Yeah, we've had people on that like are like, yeah, I'm really into yo-yos. And I'm like, you have one in your pocket? And they're like, fuck yeah, I do. And he got like crazy one time. Was that you?
What's Cat's yo-yo?
Yeah. Put your hands together. From the yo-yo guy from that one episode.
What's your
Tony,
don't refer to the mentally disabled as yo-yos. That's really bunch of yo-yos. That's inappropriate. Headbutt bobs.
What's your favorite porn category? Just be honest. Wow, girls together.
Why did you make that finger thing? What does that mean?
Just like, I mean, just where they're together, and you can tell that they actually really like each other. They've met before, and there's trust, and respect.
You did this like crippled girls together.
Like a,
You care about the mental solidarity of the relationship?
yeah, I do. And sometimes, like when I'm looking for that, I'll see like little clips come up of things that are not like that, and I'll just feel really
So
bad.
you like women that like get together and just like bond a lot.
Like you can tell they really like.
Wow, I've never met anybody that fingered themselves with the Golden Girls before, but
Hey, thank you for being a fucking friend, huh? You fucking cunt! Tony, I'm a sheep. I know 5 girls who have jerked off to Golden Girls before.
well, with that said, Kat, it was nice to have you on again. Fun times. There she goes.
Oh!
Wow.
Fucking,
yeah.
Richard Dawson over here all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hey, Cupcake, I'll see you in the green room, man. No, Kat's an old friend of mine.
Right. No, I know. We know. You're clearly half Down syndrome. We know each other.
She was my nanny. She was my fucking nanny. Oh! My nanny with the fanny! My head fucked there, going right in the truck. Oh!
Pulled another name out of the bucket, and it says Michael Virgilio.
Hey guys, start off with a little good news. Murder rate in Los Angeles going down. It's $300. Not too bad. It's going to sound a little strange, but as of late, I have gotten really into the world, by which I mean Canadian prostitutes. They are. I'm having fun. You guys, I'm loving comedy. In fact, the other night I had my best show to date. I haven't heard You Killed It and You Crushed It so many times since that dog sitting misunderstanding. Guys, I like to say I'm married to the sea. I'm referring to my wife. I don't want to say the whole word because, you know, some people find it offensive. Is that a minute? I think that's... No, okay. This girl came to me recently and said, I want to have your baby. I said, I don't know. I just found that. Give me a month. Maybe I'll give it to you. That's it. All right.
Fuck yeah. Michael Virgilio. Very funny.
Good work, Michael.
Thank you. Yes, Michael. Pleasure to meet you.
Very funny.
Oh, thank you very much.
No. Michael, very funny and like a hot chick in a lawn for that.
Hey! Hot thing! I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
What a fucking fantastic description.
It really is. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
That's sort of what they look like. It is just like hair half done because they know when they get the laundromat, they just get to, you know, sort of look like that.
All right. I'll take it.
You always rock this look? This is sort of
I was wearing this exact outfit last time that I came on.
right.
Yeah, screw it.
What's your last name?
Virgilio.
So you're an Italian.
Yeah. Ah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What, 100%?
No. Irish, German, Jewish, Italian.
someone say German?
Ja. Das ist richtig, meine Freundinnen, ja.
How much?
50%.
50.
You don't look Italian at all.
Yeah, well,
Michael, I remember you've been on the show before.
Yes.
You did really good then. You did really good tonight.
You did really well, too.
Sure, thanks. Thanks, Joe.
Professor DeRosa.
Thank you.
Ken, can you come take care of Tony? Because he's mentally deficient. Jody's,
Oh, wait a second.
Jody's another whiskey while you're there.
yeah, I'll take it. Tequila,
You know what? I don't need another whiskey. Let's be honest. Something like a whiskey and club soda would be perfect. Whiskey club soda. I can't do another whiskey in the garage. Real man. Yeah, you're fine.
Michael.
Go ahead, Tony. It's your show.
Thanks,
Let's go.
Joe. We know it's my show. Thank you, Joe, for
Well, let's
mentioning
go.
that.
Come on, put that track jacket to use. Let's
Thank
get
you.
into the race here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Are you afraid you were going to get chased later on tonight?
What? This is
What are you dressed for
I
right
know that. I know this is all different for you, Joe. I know you're used to doing podcasts inside the telephone booth before turning into Superman, but
No, it's nice having these 26 people here.
no, I love it. No, it's more than 26. But I know you're used to performing 20 minutes behind this
Just-
dumpster in Stanford University, so it's all.
Sal!
What are you gonna do? The Shining joke again right now?
That Shining joke was funny. That Shining joke was funny. And I don't like how you're wearing a collared shirt with a track jacket like you're the boss that lets loose on the weekends.
What are you talking about?
Hey, gang, let's have some fun. I'm cool. We're all going to Six Flags. Happy hour's on me. All right, kids? All right, go ahead. Talk to me.
Have you hung out with a lot of guys buying kids happy hour drinks? That's an interesting reference. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
That your bomb covered my bomb. And then my bomb covered your bomb.
Michael, what do you do for work? How do you make your money?
I manage a cafe in Los Feliz.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that is interesting.
Yeah. Check it out.
I mean, that's just really the center of it.
Yeah. And you're welcome to come in anytime, Tony. I'll hook you up.
Thank you.
Notice how he didn't say that to Joe DeRosa. I know, right?
Joe's a little drunk.
Price.
I'm a little drunk.
We need another whiskey and soda, and then I need another one of those fucking things.
I'll take a tequila on the rocks. I'm on the stage.
Jay's a little drunk too.
Do you have a drinking problem, Michael?
No. Oh, well, I don't drink enough, so a little goes a long way. Yeah.
How long have you been managing that cafe?
I don't want to talk about it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You do stand up. What's the rest of Sonic Youth doing?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take it. I'll fucking take it.
All right, I'm liking Joe DeRosa again. I don't know what's going on.
It goes back and forth. It goes back and forth. Michael, what's the most hip thing you've seen while managing a cafe in the middle of Los Feliz? Like, you know, what's this crazy?
Well, Jesus.
So somebody
I had Courtney Love in a week ago, and plastic surgery nightmare. I hate to say it. Didn't recognize her. Had to be told it was her. I thought she was a burn. Totally honest.
Really?
Just don't do it. If you obviously she's got all the money in the world. If plastic surgery doesn't work for her, it don't work for nobody. Don't do it.
I did see some. You guys seen Mickey Rourke recently?
Oh yeah. I saw him in a new movie, and it's distracting.
Yeah. I don't know what he looks like in the movie, but in real life,
handsome.
in real life, it's
This
right.
is my impression of every time I watch a Mickey Rourke. Oh wait, no.
It's scary.
She ain't coming back, by the way.
Who, Courtney Love?
Not after this. No.
Well, she's not listening to this podcast.
Not after her cafe appearance.
Yeah.
With a guy with looks like you, I'm surprised she didn't try to get you to shoot. Shoot yourself in the head.
Whoa!
Right there.
Everyone's
Come on,
It's right there all along.
Every once in a while, Henry comes in, gets the pancakes, and make him an extra special mocha. It happens. It happens, folks.
What does Pip have to do to get the pancakes for free?
He's doing it, baby. The impact. We love it.
Wow, there you go.
Take that, Joe DeRosa.
Yeah. Sounds like somebody's getting free pancakes next time he goes in. Michael, anything else interesting? Any special talents?
Very little. No.
Anything weird? What's your least favorite race?
My least favorite race, I don't know, Daytona.
Oh, very good. Very good answer.
That was quick.
Very good
This
answer.
kid is good. This kid is good.
We're gonna hustle somebody else up.
Okay.
Michael Rothschild.
Thank you, everybody.
There he goes.
Good job, brother.
He's on Twitter at Regilio Michael. He went last name first. First name last.
Virgilio Michael.
I like
He's
how he,
fucking funny, man. I like that guy.
yeah, I like how
Like
he,
everybody. But
he left the money microphone. It's cool like that. Okay. This looks interesting. This looks like a new name. Crack them up. Okay, wait. That might be something. That might be something else. I'm just gonna read this name that's underneath whatever that is above it.
Look at this guy. Let's get ready. Come back. He said it first.
Titus Jones.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Yeah, well, I'm economically stressed. In other words, I'm broke than a motherfucker. But when you broke, you appreciate the little things, though. You appreciate the little things. Like earlier today, I went to In-N-Out. I had a burger. About an hour later, I burped and tasted it. I was like, oh, fuck you, Jesus, I appreciate that burger. It was like I ate there twice. It was like 2 meals in one for me. But when you broke, you can't do all the things that people with money do. Like, I don't bring females to my house because I don't got all the up-to-date equipment that you would normally have. Like, you liable to come to my house and see a VCR in that motherfucker. I brought this one girl over. She started tripping. She was like, hell nah, Titus. Is that the TV with the knob still on it? I was like, yeah, bitch, it still work. And I had lost the value knob to it, right? So I replaced it with the stove knob that got low, medium, high on it. She was like, turn it up. I was like, bitch, it's already on medium. What are you trying to have me to do? But my speaker, she just kept complaining though, right? She just kept complaining. She was like, I can't believe you didn't brought me this raggedy ass shack that you claim to be a house. A bitch can't look at a flat screen. I can't look at TV and HD or nothing. I said, well, hit this weed. Now you're looking at this shit in high definition.
Wow. Titus Jones. This is your first time on the show, right?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Very funny, man. Where are you from?
From Riverside.
Riverside. How long have you been on stand-up?
On and off for about 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah. It shows. Very funny, dude. How much material do you do? Like an hour?
About that.
It's cool that you're performing. We all know that, this week your father, Kimbo Slice, passed away.
Rest in peace, Kimbo.
It's good that you're still out here trying to make people laugh, using everybody's covers.
Yeah, I think I speak for Joe. Both started the same, like, all black comedy clubs in Philadelphia, Atlanta. And that's when we became friends. And you guys said to the back on the street, you're smiling at somebody said anything than a motherfucker makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Broke than a motherfucker, tired than a motherfucker.
That takes me back. That takes me back, and also there's some bullshit.
There's some bullshit.
That takes me back every time.
I'm a grown ass man, and oh hell no.
I'm a grown ass man. This is bullshit.
I'm tired than a motherfucker.
I wanna
Funny shit, Titus.
I wanna give my support to you. I have to see you. So go pee.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go pee.
Is that your support?
I'm not ditching out because I don't care. I think you're great, and it was very funny. Just go pee and come back, Joe. Nobody will even know you're gone. no, just go. Put the microphone down.
Why are you so mean? I'm down here for free to do this.
For free, you're damn right.
This is going to be the longest chant I've ever started. Joe has the bladder of a woman. Joe has the bladder of a woman. Joe has the bladder of a woman.
That's the first guest that had to do that. Yeah.
Oh, Jeremiah Walker.
Oh, look at that. Look at
Oh, it's easy fill-in. It's good to be back. Quick pee. Very quick pee.
Oh, Joe, you're better comedic timing than you had before. This is impressive. It's like the same voice, but just a better, crisper delivery.
I don't know. Jerry, have you heard Dan Soder's one-word impression of Joe DeRosa?
No.
Shampoo, 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 shampoo.
It's so good.
Everyone can do a Joe DeRosa impression of just the word shampoo. Shampoo, shampoo.
Titus, you look like a bad motherfucker. What do you do for a living?
I do Uber and comedy.
You have the beard that says the Rangers. You have a beard that says you have bigger shoulders than what you have. Does that make sense?
You have a beard that says you gave Emancipation Proclamation.
You have a beard that says you've been in a razor fight at a barber shop.
That has happened.
Oh, look at that. Big shave. Nailing it. Man, Titus, so what do you do for work? Uber. Any crazy shit ever go down in your Uber?
Yeah, a lot of females jumped in the vehicle one time and they all started like.
Oh shit! What kind of Uber are you driving?
I have a Rogue, a Nissan Rogue.
It went rogue.
Yeah, it went rogue on you.
What'd you do when they were trying to get you?
Oh well, I can't let them get me because I'm in a relationship.
How long you been?
Bro. Why do you gotta be like that, Big J? Why do you always true? Sorry, Vanilla Joe. My apologies.
Hey Joe, do you know any songs on saxophone?
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Oh shit!
Think I can't hear what the fuck you guys are saying? Remember that fucking bathroom? First of all, Jeremiah looks like Aunt H. First of all, you had 5 minutes to think. I did not have 5 minutes to think of it. I was peeing the whole time.
Oh shit! What'd you write for me?
Oh my god. Your haunted preacher face fucking annoys the shit out of me.
Oh my god!
Jay looks like one of the Rugrats, let's be honest right now. It's funny because it's true.
Joe, sit down.
No, I'm not going to sit down. No, 60 seconds. Dude, 60 seconds.
That's how you get somebody to sit down real quick.
I love starting chants.
Oh, fuck.
You guys are fucking assholes, man. I just went to the bathroom. I'm sorry to pee real quick.
It's all good.
No problem with it.
It's all good. Trust me, the listeners loved it.
Sorry, I got a teeny tiny brother.
Titus, what does your girlfriend do for work?
She just started working. I don't really actually know what she does.
Oh, how many tokens does she cost?
You're not banging other chicks because of her, but you don't know what she does?
All right.
Now we're all just concerned.
Is her hours? Yeah, how do you not know? Like, is her hours like 11 p.m. to like 6 a.m. or like?
As far as Uber?
No, like, how do you not know how her girlfriend?
Oh, no. She's got regular hours. Until whatever time she's off.
Morning. Yeah, so
it was regular 8 hours.
You live with
And
her?
what does she do?
Yeah, I don't know what she does.
Is her home
I don't
page
know.
Craigslist?
Wait, you don't know what her job is?
No, I don't know what
You
she does.
live with her.
I know, right?
Hold on a second, hold on a second. You don't know what her job is?
I don't know what her job is. Like, I don't know her title, you know.
But where does she work?
I don't know. I don't know.
What the? Is this a confused white girl?
Nah, she's not like
Black chick.
Can't believe you don't know.
She got many jobs.
Spicy.
I can't believe you don't know how she makes her money. I mean, I've been wondering that for years about Joe DeRosa, but well, I mean, you live with.
Congrats, Tony. Does she taste different when she comes home than when she left?
Oh, Brian, you're getting naughty over there.
What kind of Latina?
She's from El Salvador.
Oh shit.
We told you guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of taste. Speaking of taste, Tony, what does broken steak taste like?
You just thought of that one. I would say who does. I'm asking the same question. I ask you the same question, but nobody that's that big works with you at all, so I can't even.
Well, no.
I can't set you up with that.
It's because I headline on my own.
No, and I do that. I do that too.
I saw the special, not quite.
Well, that's funny, Joe, because I did not see your special.
You will in October, and it'll be in a venue bigger than the Ice House.
Well, you might need a bigger venue because I don't need to pad my room with glass. So, have fun in your big.
Tony headlined an open mic in Pasadena.
No.
Why are mommy and daddy fighting? Is it my fault?
Show sponsored by.
If we break the seal of the sword, it must taste blood before it's resheathed. But back to you. I'm sorry.
This is way more interesting.
Booked all the way to October, by the way. You can get all my tour dates at TonyHitchcock.com. All the way to October. Think about that for a second.
Guys, go to Tony's show if you ever want to see a guy stretch 20 minutes in 45.
Right. That's the good one.
Titus, this was supposed to be your time.
I
I apologize for these two. I apologize for these two dykes fighting it out in front of you. I want to bring you with my whole life, Jeremiah.
All right, Titus. We're going to get somebody else up here. It was nice to meet you.
Are we leaving Titus already?
What?
We're leaving Titus already?
You want to say anything else? You can.
It's funny. That's funny. At the end of the day, and I mean this. I love you, and I know where you're at. Is that Brett?
Thank you.
No, I'm saying Titus didn't know where his girl was. I was saying like I love you.
Oh, right. There you go.
What was that? Was that a girl choking on a dick?
That was one of Pat Agason's nanny people, as I call them.
She was asking for water. It's very rude.
All right, we have two regulars that do a brand new minute every single week. If we get through them in time, we'll go back to the bucket for one last one. But let's get the two people that write and perform a brand new minute every single week up here before we close the show. It's going to be the first comedian. Always sort of nervous, trying to get better at it. Very goofy, interesting style. Put your hands together for Melissa S. Like everybody.
This room felt remarkably like my family dinner table. I've done this before, but that's Donald Duck washing his face. That's the only impression I was able to do as a child, so that was my best friend. It couldn't say words, but it still made me laugh. I drive a stick shift because I'm a hard worker. I just replaced my clutch because I'm a shitty driver. I once was dropped.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, that was a minute?
Yeah.
There's no way that was a full minute.
It happens quick.
Joe. There's no way that was a full
There's a minute and 5 seconds.
Minute 5 seconds.
There.
I thought you were just starting to settle in on what the C4 really did, honestly. Yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah, it's fun. The delivery was good, and we got through some stuff. Our Rebo was trying to bail out, and I think Stall wondering what we were talking about over here, but we went back in the pocket and saved it.
But I'm like Tony's hour. I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
Joe, you're cruising for it.
Right.
You're cruising for a bruising.
Horrible. I would make fun of the things that you've done, but I literally have no idea. I literally have no idea. You keep referencing my special, and I keep thinking, what could I possibly fucking make fun of? Appearances on like radio stations and shows.
I'm unfamiliar with your work. It's the worst insult you can give me. I'll be honest, I'm unfamiliar with your work. I gotta tell you, come on,
I'm
man.
so uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah,
Good job.
Why are you uncomfortable? All about you, huh?
Well, no, but right now, I mean, it's the time.
Uncomfortable?
No, see, that's what happens. I shout, and then I'm like,
How many weeks have you done this in a row?
since August.
You should.
Thanks.
I think you're funny. You shouldn't be so nervous. But is nervous part of your character you're doing?
I mean, I'm trying to not let it be so real, like,
But you're genuinely frazzled.
yeah.
Gotta get over that shit quick. But you're funny. You're funny. Get off the top shit.
Really great advice, Nick. Thank you.
Yeah, get your shit together. And then come back
Hey,
and
you're
do it
nervous?
again.
Stop that shit.
Knock it off, asshole. Enough with the nervous.
I haven't been this nervous since I was on TV live for Byron Allen in 2007.
Is that me? Is that me?
I turned down.
No, is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
Jeremiah, listen, look forward to the day that you get on TV with fucking Byron Allen, okay? It'll be some time, but you'll get there.
This is not a lie. My girlfriend says the hottest thing about me is that I have turned down Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen 17 times.
Wow.
Thank you.
That is very impressive.
Yes.
Check out. They ask after like time 11.
I couldn't even guess, but every time I go, no thanks. I only did 2 a month, so that's pretty crazy with shark attacks. Hey, Jay, you have a mother-in-law. Oh, I couldn't deal with it.
I only did it one time. Why the fuck is everybody piling the fuck up on me right now?
I'm shitting on Byron Allen. I love you.
Yeah.
Why is everybody piling up on me?
I'm not. Don't call me that. I love you.
No, I do love you. I'm not.
Yell at Tony.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am
Tony,
not.
it's not my fault you have 3 months to live.
Okay.
We're loyal to Tony. We're loyal to Tony.
Private Pat Jeremiah.
Sure, you
Kill
guys like
Tony
infantry.
I said we're loyal to Tony. Private Pat Jeremiah. Kill Tony first class infantry.
That's good. Being loyal to Tony is sort of like being loyal to Red Band, which is kind of like being loyal to Joe Rogan. So it'll get you somewhere. All right.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
We got enough of the ladder. I don't care. We got enough of the ladder. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you.
Hey, what's up?
Melissa, very, very awesome. Very good stuff tonight. Another brand new minute. Watch her grow. And every single week we're on Kill Tony.
Are you seeing progression?
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Wow, she was fucking a hell of a fast fuck.
I truly thought Melissa was just settling in. I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
Why is everybody mad at me?
Nobody's mad at you, Joe. Nobody's mad at you. Did you eat dinner tonight before you started drinking whiskey? Did you eat more than one meal today? I had a feeling you didn't.
I didn't eat it, bro.
I did. I'm
I
sorry.
drink with everybody.
Ain't that bad right now?
No, but it seems like you missed dinner.
Red Band, am I not? Am I in bad shape? No, you're not. You're doing fine.
Red Band, stop wigging out Joe. You're doing great.
I went to the bathroom.
after everybody started making fun of me.
We were making fun of you before that. Don't worry. All right.
Jeremiah just spot on impression. We moved on. Why do birds?
You're one other regular that writes and performs a brand new minute documents in front of all the listeners every single week. Bill Tony regular, really smart, interesting type of comedian that we're building here. Put your hands together for the one, the only Vanessa Johnson.
Here she is.
I saw in the news that some McDonald's locations now require that their cashiers have a college degree. Like, here's the thing. Those people go up to McDonald's in the middle of the night and are drunk. I don't want to order from someone with an English major. Like, it's not like you're going to walk at the fucking counter and you're going to be like, so me and my friend would like, sorry, I think you mean my friend and I. Okay, Shakespeare. My friend and I would like the number 11. Sorry, I think you mean a number 11. What? Can I get a machine? I don't like this cash register person. Like, I'm not a cashier. I'm the vice president of cash register affairs. That's all.
Fuck yeah, Vanessa Johnson. With a new bit about college degrees on working the register at McDonald's.
Once again, that was only a minute.
Yeah.
Well, it's 56 seconds. I thought you were going to go a different direction. I thought I didn't want to see you as a cashier because you have a college degree. You know, like that's depressing as fuck. But yeah, I mean that was all right. They could really use it. Is that true? Is that true though?
It's a weird comment. She is so hot. She could be 19 or 51 years old. I have no idea. She's so hot. I have no idea.
Oh my god, you make observations that make me feel like I just had a stroke. That's so funny. Oh my god.
How is McDonald's going to do that? Like Wendy's just announced they're taking all their cashiers and they're making them like touch screens. So is McDonald's? You think McDonald's is doing this just to like weed out all the cashiers, like instead of firing them?
I don't know, dude. I tried so many different ways and they all failed. That was the best I've done. Like, I tried going like attack the corporate, like this is so retarded, and people were like, don't be mean to them. So that anyway, sorry.
Red man just bumped into the inner work.
Yeah. It's just weird. It doesn't seem real.
I know, Google it. It's on the internet.
Did you ever eat at McDonald's?
No.
Right.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, look at me.
Because she's 19 or 50 and keeping that ass in great shape.
You and Jeremiah look very similar right now.
I'll take it. I'm a hot bitch, Joe DeRosa.
Why do you eat at McDonald's?
Yeah, when I was like really little.
But now what?
It makes me feel sick.
It's shitty food. And
Yeah.
I think that the reason why I asked is I think that that's what that joke's missing. I think you need to wire in you into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your actual fucking, your giving comedy advice. Oh, Joe.
It's like,
You
wonder why we were piling on.
Joe.
It's like Hitler giving tolerance advice.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, fuck off, Tony.
Thank you, Joe.
You know, I
You-
think
you-
you
you-
need to put a little more view into that bit. Tony, shut the fuck up.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. If you ever want to jumpstart your career, you can ask me for some of that advice.
So I just found out it's not true. It was a misprint. Take it from an opener. Here's what you should do.
Yeah. Take it from a guy having the meltdown right now on the live show. You just want to text me, I'm sorry now, or wait until tomorrow afternoon? You can text me right now, I'm sorry about last night. We'll all be cool, right?
Oh, I'm having a great time.
I know. Yeah. Me too. I love it.
Go ahead. So
Thank you.
So
You guys are going to have a weird text.
possibly. It's possible.
The tension is palpable.
You know what I mean? Your perspective on McDonald's is sort of what I was missing there. Anyway. You know, you're talking about, anyway, there you go, Vanessa Johnson. on Twitter. Melissa Esslinger. That's the whole show. We did it.
Chris, you're super hot.
Look at that drawing. That was a blank sheet of paper when we started.
That's an
Show the rest on Big J Oakers.
Oh, he made me so thin. Thanks, bro.
Oh, you skinny bitch. Skinny bitch.
Reagan or Watkins. Over there. Catch them at Patty Reagan, Jeremiah, Joel Jimenez.
So, at Jeremiah Stand Up, at Patty Reagan, and mostly normal. Mostly sorry for Joel Jimenez on Twitter. You whores. Sweet guilty suit, though, huh? Am I right? Come on.
What do you guys want to promote? Oh, Big J, you have a ton of shit coming up.
Just, I got a bonfire coming to the radio on Sirius XM, Legion of Skanks podcast. But what's your fucking deal? Crowdwork show on CISO.com. Very important.
Watch that show. It's so fucking funny. Please watch it.
It's a super funny show.
Watch the show.
CISO.com.
It's the next wave of TV is CISO. Like, watch this shit.
It's the NBC streaming service. All Crowdwork. I bring a bunch of comics up to do all Crowdwork show. But my first ever Comedy Central Hour special comes out this Friday at midnight. So
Yeah!
watch it. I'm excited about it. Very nervous. I hope people like it. Please watch it. Thanks.
Joe, is there anything you want to plug of Big J's?
I'm sorry, what?
Is there anything that you want to plug from someone who gets work? You know, like any gigs coming up or
I
any of
got
your
some
favorite
shit
comedians?
coming up, but I don't need to plug any of it. I'm good.
Joe, seriously, plug something. We love you.
I have a podcast, a horror podcast with this guy right here, Pat Walsh, on Fangoria.com called We'll See You in Hell. My first 1 hour special comes out this fall. I'm on Better Call Saul. Watch that shit.
Yeah.
Luke Curry.
One of my favorite human beings, Joe DeRosa, Big J Okerson. Thank you guys so much.
Sure.
Tony.
Live audience.
Right back. I love
Thank
you.
you. Good night.
See you guys.
the main room. 400-seat capacity. Capacity in this room, 400 seats, and we are live. See what's funny about that is there's only like 60 people here. Hi, everybody. I'm talking to the podcast people right now and our friends at Ustream and on Periscope. Live audience, make some fucking noise. This is Monday night. This is the craziest show in the world. On a scale from 1 to 10, our episodes lately have been on a level 75 craziness.
Yeah.
We met Ichabod and, anyway. Brian Redband is to my left, everybody.
Hey,
Fresh back from New York City where he represented.
That's right. Hung out with the Skank Fest out there.
Big J. Okerson.
Did you see Big J. Okerson's new special?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Comedy Central. Go get it.
Yeah.
Go find it. DVR, isn't it? Find it on the internet and watch it again. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Just keep getting them to make noise over and over again until it feels like a show.
What did you do this week? Anything exciting happen for your old Hinge Club?
Bunch of crazy stuff. But it's boring. What I can say is this. I'm going on tour, everybody. I'm going on tour. They say that if you call it a tour, more people get excited about it. I mean, I've been going on the road like every weekend forever anyway. But now I'm calling it a tour. That's right, you sons of bitches. It's coming. More about that soon. The dates have already gone on sale, TonyHinchcliffe.com. You guys are ready to start tonight's show or what? Our house artist, Ryan J. Ebelt, has started drawing tonight's episode with a blank sheet of paper. And a shit ton of comedians are here. Shall we bring up the band, Brian?
Sure.
Every single week, we have a band here on Kill Tony. They're the Kill Tony Band. We are huge fans of them, and we know you are too. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Pat Reagan, Jeremiah Watkins, and Joel Jimenez, everybody. It's Reagan and Watkins. Reagan and Watkins. There goes Josh Martin, by the way, out of nowhere. Fuck yeah, here they are, Reagan and Watkins, the band, ladies and gentlemen. This party's about to get started. Their mouths are cold as fuck right now. Pat has the upper half of a drumstick in his mouth. Full commitment.
Look at the ring of nipple hair that Jeremiah has around his nipple. Really makes it look like he has dark areolas.
Listen, you do have low-hanging nipples, Jeremiah. If there's one thing we learned from the... A fancy intro you guys came out with. By the way, they came out in swim trunks with drumsticks and a boogie board because to the song Heat Wave, because believe it or not, there's a heat wave here in Los Angeles.
Guys, it is hot outside, and boy, are my arms tired. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, your nipples look pretty tired too. They have gone down. They have gone down for the night. Down to rest. That sounds like did you ever want to have a spin-off band, Jeremiah? That sounds like it. Jeremiah and the low-hanging nipples, live at the Bellevue Yes, it is. It's scolding out there.
You know how hot it is?
How hot is it?
So hot I took an Uber pool. Guys, that's a good one.
It really is a good one. You're really caught me off guard with that. Really caught me off guard with that good joke disguised and delivered as a bad joke. That's the way Pat Reagan does it. Wow, Jeremiah, look how unhealthy you are. You are really surprising me. Look at that gut. He hides it so well. Every time he laughs, it crawls over his groin. It flies back up again. Look at that bounce. It has its own pulse. Not only is there a heat wave, there's obviously an earthquake, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. That belly button is off the charts when you laugh. Damn. I don't think I've ever said the words that belly button is off the charts, but it's going down tonight.
I've never heard that as a description for my belly button.
It's just you don't wear... You wear shirts more often than not. Tonight's a little fucking revelation for you. You know what I mean? This will give you some influence to get in the gym.
You don't even drink, though, so that's not a beer belly. What is that?
Dude, I like pizza, man.
Yeah, he does.
Pizza belly.
I love it. Joel Jimenez on the percussion, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Josh Martin? Josh, are you around? Josh? That's how you respond? That's how you respond on a live podcast. Just comes down from a string in the ceiling. Yes, you rang? Sure. You can tell Brian's coming back from a 5-night hangover in New York City by his timing on the sound effects. Josh, our guest here?
Yeah.
All right, well, this is fucking awesome. Shall we meet tonight's guest, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Believe it or not, it gets even better than this. Every single week, I have two of the funniest comedians in the world on the show. This week's no different. Two of our finest guests ever in a special guest Hall of Fame episode. Put your hands together for the great. It's Dom Irera and Ian Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Dom looks like he's dressed as part of your guys' band tonight. Dom Irera and Ian Edwards. Hi, Dom. How's it going, buddy? How are you?
These on?
I was just running, and I stopped here. I've been running all day. It's really a good feeling. I try not to dehydrate, and I just keep running until I stroke. This is fucking scary, man.
I know, Jeremiah, take what Dom's
Look at
telling
this West
you
Side
as a
pimp.
piece of health
Motherfucking
advice,
West
start running
Side.
now so that when you run later. Okie dokie. Ian Edwards is here. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
What do you think about this band? What's going on here tonight?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Why do I feel like you two bought those bathing suits together at the same time?
Yes, we did.
I love it.
Is that CVS? Where'd you guys Target? What are we looking at here?
That looks like a... I love that Jeremiah's shorts, if you look, they actually have strings around the thighs so that he can adjust the...
Belly. They look like women's swimsuit bottoms from the 50s.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of like green room wallpaper or something like that.
I feel bad for that saxophone. I'll probably attack you all night. Don't worry.
This is gonna be fun.
Ian and I have great comedy chemistry together. I do. You don't. There you go. I mean, the outfit's doing a lot for your humor.
You guys ready to start this fucking show or what? I know I am, guys. We have a bucket that's filled with comedians. Over 50, 40, some, or whatever it was. Comedians signed up with a chance to get pulled out and do 60 seconds on this stage. Comedians, you know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. You can barely hear that little kitty. Why don't we listen to it one more time? There you go. That means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. There you go. Live from Orlando. Here we are. It's not that bad of a joke if you do it on the fly, guys. I love that the comedians are like, whoa, I don't know. Fuck you. It's like if I had like a week to write that. If Brian's like, hey, I'm going to do it. You're blowing all the good sound effects from the top of the show, by the way. Every one of them. I don't know if you realize this. It's all going to be callbacks now. So, yeah, they do 60 seconds, and then we talk to them about anything in the world. We've met some of the most interesting people on the planet in this show. A lot of the comedians that have gotten pulled out ended up getting jobs here. 2 more Tony people just got hired here. One of them being Jessica Wellington.
Yeah, the first female.
Yeah, the first ever female. Door guy. We live in a special time, ladies and gentlemen, where barriers are being broken one after the other. So, Jessica Wellington, the first ever female door guy at the Comedy Store. I don't know.
She's out front, actually. She's working today.
Yeah, she is.
She's protecting us?
Yeah.
I feel safe. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So here we go. Oh, I'm gonna go to the fucking bucket. You guys ready to start this show or what? Guys. A lot of shows say anything can happen. This show, literally anybody who signed up gets pulled out of this fucking thing. So anything can seriously happen. Let's get into this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kill Tony, live from the main room at the Comedy Store, episode 160-something. And your first comedian going up. Make a lot of noise, everybody. Wow, this is a guy that actually used to work here and doesn't work here anymore. Always funny. Put your hands together for Jamie Salita, everybody.
Hey, thank you. What's up, guys? Can you hear me? Perfect. Moment of truth. I love Missy. So, thank you. I just wish I knew how to fit it in my ass, that's all. I watched this documentary about Schwanzman in the Philippines, and basically I learned that if you get the operation and you go from male to female, you have to insert a giant tampon regularly. Otherwise, it's just gonna shrink up and close on you. I know, fuck that shit, right, girl? Hell no. That's when I realized I'll be the worst tranny ever. Just the worst, because I don't even remember to take out my contacts when I go to bed. I don't even remember to plug in my phone when I charge it. There's no way I'm gonna remember to plug in this every fucking night. Because I guarantee I'm gonna wake up each morning like, shit, my pussy's on 0%, y'all. She's in the red.
There you go, 60 seconds, Jamie Salita. Here he is. Jamie, I love your style. Now, you worked here for how long? Do you still work here?
No, I worked here from like 2010 to 2013.
Oh, where do you work now?
So I'm working with a friend as an assistant.
What's the most dick you ever sucked on one day?
That was my next question.
Ballpark figure.
Just like 0.001. I have sex that irregularly. Doesn't happen as much.
It doesn't sound like it, Jamie. You have the voice of a guy. Now,
You have the voice of a guy that has a lot of sex.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you.
now I remember.
It's too likable.
Yeah. Now I remember you doing back when I would see you a lot because I would host the shows here and you would go up as an
changed. It hasn't changed.
And now you've moved on to full tranny holes. Like, you're really the first person to cover a tranny hole that I really heard. Like, really describe it. Because I had no idea about that tampon thing.
Yeah,
The first thing I thought was, like, you know, the whole reason why you put a tampon in is for something called a period. If that thing's forever, then it's not really a period. Thank you, Joe. Before I hit the punchline on that one. Thanks for giving me a shot there. Oh my God. That was awesome. Don, this is your first time on the show since we got a drummer. What do you think about this?
I like
Pretty
it.
cool, right?
I like the whole feel. I like the band.
I love Joel because
Charismatic.
he looks like the sunglasses in Odie Khan. All right. This party's out of control. So, Jamie, is that true? Is that true about the plugging the vagina? What's the word for it?
They call it a neo-vagina.
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 Oh, welcome to the Matrix, huh? A neo-vagina. Oof, take the red pill. All right.
I like that he's done his research on this.
Yeah. It's called the neo-vagina for like the first couple months. You have to just like stick it in regularly. And then like once like you pass a certain milestone, you can just like start having sex. Where it's kind of like
It's a disaster, right?
There you go. Snoop Dogg out of nowhere. Special guest. Long-time listener, first-time caller, Snoop Dogg on the podcast. Jamie, so really, you don't have that active of a sex life, or you just shy to talk about it?
No, I talk about it. I had a joke about it, and like I'm just kind of like building on it because
Joke?
Down here will be the
But
big
yeah.
breakdown.
What were you saying?
no, but
Break
yeah,
down the
basically it's
shop,
like
bring it back to some of the
I don't
fans.
have as much sex because I'm scared of getting AIDS, so I just started taking this medicine called Nevada, which is like PrEP.
And all this is fighting together.
Exposure prophylactic. So
No shenanigans. It's fighting together.
like no, it builds up a barrier in your body so that way HIV can't attach itself to it.
So you can have sex without a condom with guys that have AIDS, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared to test it out though. It's kind of crazy.
You bet your asshole you're scared to
I am
test that.
terrified.
Is there a lot of good catches that have AIDS? Is that the reasoning? Like, is there like this big, like, gold mine of good-looking AIDS guys? That,
Dude, there
Of
are.
course, I mean, it seems like in that game, like, the AIDS guys would be like the fucking, like, players with championship rings and shit, you know what I mean? Like, I've been around the block, motherfuckers. We did it.
Hey Tony.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's taking Gatorades. You know? It's like
Oh, wow. Man. Dude, I think one of your nipples just fell off, Jeremiah. One of your nipples just jumped for its life.
hey, the hair's for shading.
Oh, I love
I
it.
gotta say, you're very likable.
Yeah.
Very like, you got charm, you got likability.
Thank you.
You've got charm, likability, probably HIV. You have a lot going for you. Now, that's
Season
interesting.
1 of Charmed on DVD.
So you really took the thing so that you can't get it?
Yeah, I just started.
Wow. How long do you have to take it for? How long's that build up?
They say like the minimum is like a week for it to build up in your body.
Oh,
Yeah.
minimum. There's a minimum. It seems like it really just be like, why don't you just try 3 weeks? But it's like, for those of you jonesing for HIV to at least 7 days.
wow. It doesn't seem tested either. That seems like one of those drugs that you're going to end up having, like, super AIDS from or something like that.
Brian,
Dr. Brian.
our medical research expert, Brian Redban. So, Jamie, that's interesting. Is there a guy that you know that has HIV or AIDS that you're, like, interested in particular?
No, it's just something that's going around for us right now where we're like,
Yeah, we know. We've heard.
Things been going around a while.
Since the 80s. Alright, Jamie. So what else is going on in life? So you quit working here. Do you still do a lot of stand-up?
you know, not as
When you're not doing doggy style, do you just stand-up?
If between digs. So maybe like here and there, like once a week. It's kind of like off and on. How many open mics do you hit? You know what I'm saying, people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's the mic, the gym. All right, guys, it's all still gay jokes, everybody. Those are all men's names. All right.
I just gotta say, you gotta get on more.
Yeah.
On stage or punch up your shit. You got some harsh like things that make people cringe, so you gotta punch that shit up. Yeah. That's it. Just real talk.
Other than stand-up, do you have any like special talents or anything? You know, like you want to have like a grandmaster yo-yo guy on the show. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies or special fun facts about you that?
I can draw.
All right, everybody, and we're back. We stepped away for a commercial break there for a second, and we are back live. He'll tell me our first ever mid-show commercial break. So those of you who I hope that edit went through properly. But anyway, welcome to Lukewarm Ribs. So, Jamie, so your special talent drawing, you're going with? Now, how Asian? What kind of Asian are you?
Filipino.
Which one's Vietnamese? Mom or dad? My God, sometimes I really wish I could rewind the hands of time and just go, don't do that. So, do they know you do stand-up?
No, I don't think they do. Like, we don't really talk.
Oh, really? Because of the old, that whole thing, the old bridge burner? There's no real trimming to your parents for that, you know what I mean? There's no build-up of it.
They know about all of that. It's just more of just to talk about
Gina, it was nice to see you again. Nice to meet you. Fun times. There he is, Jake Sweet, everybody. He's on Twitter at